Good morning, and, and welcome to the Morning Wood. I just got myself tickled before I started. Welcome to the Morning Wood. I'm so glad you could jump on.
You're supposed to wait until the show starts before you sexually harass people, for fuck's sake.
I mean,
let me tell. I gotta tell what people.
You remember, you gotta on air sexually harass me more.
I mean, seconds before we went live. I mean, seconds before I said good morning. I said, "Anna, I want to smell your cooch." But anyways, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Wood. I'm so glad you could jump on Dee's wood.
It's my wood today?
It's Dee's wood today.
I'm
sick because I'm flaccid this morning. I can't get it up. But
I'll try not to disappoint.
Red Eye's always got a stiffy, though.
Nah, I'm just angry.
It's called Little Blue Pills.
I'm going to have drunk dick this morning, you guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, drunk dick.
Oh, no.
It's gonna be rough. It's going to be rough.
Well, let me ask you something. Would you rather have whiskey dick or weed dick? Because I've had both of them where I was so high and so drunk I couldn't get up.
Aren't they both like the same kind of dick in that situation? Like,
yeah, but which
one? You've also got the alternate sort of whiskey dick where they can get it up, but they just never fucking come.
That's
you're sitting there forever.
Well, that's
jaw hurts. Like,
yeah, I've had that kind of whiskey dick.
What about ecstasy though? Wouldn't ecstasy be better for sex? Does that impact your dick? I don't know what happens to your dick with ecstasy.
Because I've done a decent amount of it. Like,
it just sounds like, to me, it sounds like it would be a cool idea to have sex on X.
Either it ends up like doing cocaine and you can't get it up because your body's like prioritizing blood flow, or you can get it up but you never fucking come because the sensations are too extreme to do.
Oh, dude,
it's so much harder.
I bet oral is really good though. Like, what if you're just like chilling and some dude's or girl is like eating you out or whatever? Is that better? Because you don't have to focus on anything. You can just sit there and trip out, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, but it gets to a point though. Your tongue fucking starts to break.
Oh, when I take ecstasy, I just want to hug people.
Ecstasy, you don't feel shit.
But oddly, you feel shit, right?
I just want to hug people when I'm ecstasy. I couldn't be bothered fucking anybody. It's just like,
well, yeah,
just go around hugging people, say you're awesome.
To that point, right?
It's like, you're awesome. Here, you have a hug, and then go to the next person, tell them they're awesome, because everyone's awesome when I'm on ecstasy anyway. That's what I think.
Yeah, like I used to go to raves and stuff, and I'd end up like just talking to random people, and just like I'd have a group of people, and we'd just be talking each other's ear off forever. It's just like we're the best people ever, but I don't know them.
Yep, that's basically ecstasy in a nutshell. It's just like everything and everybody's awesome, and the waves of euphoria are just incredibly pleasant. It is happiness in a fucking pill. It exists. It's out there, people.
It reminds me of my experience on mushrooms. I've never done X, but when I did shrooms, like the first few hours of that, it was just like, man, I fucking love you, bro. Yeah. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I love you, man.
Shrooms are like that. And then when you start peaking, like you're too busy staring at the wall to like talk. Like, oh fuck, shit's moving.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking to the walls.
Walls melt. Good one when the walls just fucking melt. Oh, that's not good. Structural integrity of the universe is failing.
I've never had melting, but I've definitely seen stuff like it looks. We call it breathing, but it's not correct because it doesn't look like it's breathing. It's just sort of vibrating.
Just like throbbing a little bit.
Yeah, something like that.
If you really, really go with it, and if you don't panic, you can basically the world will melt around you into this massive piece of glorious fucking. It's just a Technicolor clusterfuck, but. Yeah. It's incredibly pleasant. But the trick is just like it says in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Don't panic. Whatever you do, don't panic. Just go with it.
When you panic, you're gonna have a bad time because
exactly.
I think sometimes it's impossible not to though. Sometimes
yes,
like you get to that point. Like if you eat way too many shrooms, like you get there.
I've seen that with
you get there and you're like, fuck everything, dude.
I always kind of panic. I do. I mean, I don't know. It's just my personality, I guess. I don't like doing stuff like that because I always end up having a bad trip. So
Yeah, some people it just doesn't work out.
I'm the party pooper, I guess.
After the first mussy trip, I knew what to expect, and I went in with eyes wide open and taking bigger and bigger doses and picking them fresh off the field and just eating dipping them in honey and eating the motherfuckers straight out of the fields.
Yeah.
That's the way I do.
When I got too fucked up on shrooms, I fucking called 911, dude.
Were you one of those people, D?
When you hear that. When you hear the explanation, it's going to be even worse because I was like freaking out, dude, because I had a bruise on my knee. Yeah. And I was like, that wasn't there before. Oh, I'm going to fucking die from like some flesh-eating bacteria or whatever. And that fucking thought dominated my mind and literally nothing else mattered. Like everyone else was like trying to tell me to calm down and that, dude, like you need to relax. But I couldn't stop myself, dude. I saw with a white light, dude, and I was like on the phone. They're like, and when they got there, I had my fucking pants off, dude. I was walking around in my boxers, like showing people the bruise on my knee, and they're like, so we can take you to the hospital, but you could totally like not have us take you to the hospital right now.
My friend was I wasn't there, but my friends were. There was like 3 of them. They were at a hotel room. They did shrooms, a bunch of shit. They did shrooms. That's all kinds of shit. Well, the dude started fucking panicking. He ran out the hotel room. Oh, no. This is what he did. And this is what he did. He seen a cop car. He went to the cop car, opened the door, sat in on the passenger side. Hey, sir. Hey, sir. And he started just explaining what he was doing.
Oh, Jesus.
He just started explaining everything. We did shrooms in that hotel room, gave him the number.
Oh my God. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He was tripping, man. It was crazy.
I'm lucky when I'm on hallucinogens if I can remember how numbers work. That's pretty good.
I just remember that they told me he kept saying, hey, sir. Hey, sir.
Oh, Jesus.
I want to be that cop, dude.
Yeah,
right. Be the cop in the car, just sitting there doing like paperwork or something, and some dude just hops in.
Yeah,
you're like, yeah, man, what's up with you? Tell me your story.
You're parked at the local Wendy's having a donut, and the perps just jump into your car and confess. It's like,
all right,
damn, I'm a good cop.
Yeah, my arrest rate's going through the fucking roof, and all I do is sit here at fucking Wendy's eating donuts and wait for day trippers to rock up and confess their sins.
Dude, what did the cop do?
I don't know. I think he arrested him.
Well, he would have arrested him and gotten the collar and gone back to the station and gone, should have seen this fucking moron. He jumped into the car and he told me that he was high on drugs.
It was probably a good story for the station when he got in that car.
I guess they went back to the hotel because he just told them that they had illegal drugs in the room. So there was.
I'm so glad that shit never happened.
It gave them probable cause to go into the hotel room because there was drugs in there.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, but luckily, my one friend was looking out the window and he fucking hightailed it. And the other guy stayed.
Idea.
Yeah, he fucking liked it.
Dude, if I was that cop, if I was that fucking cop, this dude busted my car. I'm like you're saying, just fucking like writing out like some fucking paperwork or whatever. Yeah. And he comes in there. I recognize this dude's on hallucinogens. He's telling me his life story. The only thing I would tell him, and I would say it as firmly and as manly and as like authoritatively as I possibly could. And I would say it is the law that you enjoy your fucking life. Now go in there and have some fun. Like I would just, and you'd have to eat. I think that hallucinogenic experience
don't work like that though.
Oh man, but he would have such a good trip. He's like, dude, the cop told me to have a good time.
Yes. Yeah, right.
That would be because he was hallucinating because the cop's not going to do that.
No one would believe him. No one would believe him. There was no cop car.
Oh my God. It's like I went to a rave one time that was being held at an amusement park. They managed to rent out the amusement park off hours, and at least just a section of it. And these people came in that were doing some of that research chem shit that was like really dose sensitive. And they took too fucking much of it and OD'd. So they, of course, had to call in the ambulance and the cops and everything and shut the whole fucking thing down. And now you've got like, I'd say a couple hundred people that are all on various types of drugs now have to vacate the premises.
Oh, that's not good.
And me and my friends, like, we had taken like our fucking Molly early on, so we were like good and fucking fried by the time the cops got there, and we were like, fuck, all right, well, at least it's gonna take a while for us to be able to get our car out of here because we're like several rows of cars in. It's like carnival parking, so you go in row by row, and we were going by cops and stuff like that, and like I'm looking around all these people who are quite clearly fucked up, and like the cops can't do anything about the people who are fucked up because they're there for the people who are ODing.
Yeah.
So like I'm just watching these cops just like direct people that they know are fucked up on all kinds of shit,
crazy,
just
man.
unable to do shit about it.
Dude, me working in clubs, I used to deal with a lot of fucking people who were tripping and shit. There was this one dude ran up to me one time and said, "This guy, he keeps fucking with me. He keeps fucking with me." I said, "Well, take me to the table. He's fucking, and I'll take care of it." The dude takes me to the corner of the fucking bar, and there's no table there. It's just a corner of a wall. I said, "Okay." There's nobody there, of course. And I'm like, "Okay, what's going on, brother?" He said, "This guy right here keeps fucking with me." There is no guy, homie. There is nobody there. What the fuck? He said, "Please make him stop." Okay, so okay, this is what I did. Sir, will you please leave this guy alone? And,
Oh my god!
I said,
He just confirmed his delusion for
yeah,
him.
well,
Like,
this,
made it
I
even
had
worse.
to get him out of there. I had to get him out because that's when something like that's happened. You've got to get that person out of there because he's about to call shit. So I said, "Let's go outside and calm down." We go outside. I said, "Sit here on the curb and I'll be back." I went to the doorman. I said, "Do not let that motherfucker back in."
Don't let the motherfucker back.
That motherfucker's not allowed back in here. And yeah, you have to, I've seen people like fucking, like lay on the floor and I don't know, all kinds of weird shit, dude.
Yeah.
The sad thing is, boss, that guy's still out there waiting
He's
for
still
you.
sitting on the curb.
He's
20
still
years
on the
later,
curb.
still sitting on the fucking curb. No, that was when 20. It was about shit. That was about God. I hate to think about stories from my past and then realize that was like 15 years ago. Like, God damn, I'm old.
Yeah, most of my good stories are about 20 years old now. It's just like, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking boring now.
Well, mine are getting up to like about 5 or 6 years now, so it's getting there for me.
I was at a convenience store one night. A dude walked up to me and called me Abraham Lincoln. His eyes was about as big as fucking dinner plates. He was like, "Hello, Abraham." Oh no, dude!
No,
Get your
man.
ass away from me real quick. Homie.
Should start to go 4 score and 7 years ago.
That story about the guy who was being fucked with by an imaginary person reminds me of how I used to actually fuck with people who were tripping before I started doing like hallucinogens. When I'd go to raves, I'd find the people who were tripping because they're obvious and go up and start speaking the very little conversational German that I know to them. And it would fucking blow their minds. They'd be like, "What are you saying to me right now?" And I'd laugh and be like, "It's fine. It's just German. I'm sorry. I had to."
No,
You probably could have. You probably didn't even have to do German. You could have just fucking made some bullshit up. But
Well, no, it fucked me up one time.
They'd be like, "What is that?"
It fucked me up one time because I started doing that to somebody speaking German and they replied to me in Russian.
Oh,
God
I
damn.
was like, "What?"
I don't know what this dude was on. This wasn't on no happy drug. But we was at a club and people started screaming. Like, "Oh my God." So I had to run over and see what was going on. And the dude was sitting in a chair and he had a pocket knife and he was digging in his fucking leg with his pocket knife.
Oh shit! I heard you tell this story before.
Yeah, he was just digging in his fucking leg and just meat and goddamn shit just going everywhere. And I'm like, oh no.
Dude.
First of all, I got a weak stomach, right? And I seen all this and I was like, oh no.
Angel Dust, is that you?
What do you do, dude? What do you do with that situation?
You know he's gonna come at you, right? You know if you go, you gotta go over and stop him, and then he's gonna try to cut your ass.
Yeah,
You
no,
know
you don't. You can't do shit, dude. You got like honestly, if I was in that situation,
But it was my
I would
job.
feel compelled to help this guy from
Yeah, but it was
hurting
my
himself.
job to stop him before he hurt anybody else. That was my job.
Dude, I could not go. He's got a fucking knife, dude.
Yeah,
you
but that's
were
my
well.
job.
He's
You're
well.
in America, you
You gotta
fucking
get him to
shoot
put
him.
it away. Or
No,
get
you
it
just-
away for
But
him.
there was
You're in
people all
America.
around him, right? There's people all around him, and it was my job to make sure the other people didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
So I had to. I was like, oh fuck. So what I did, I told my other boy, the other guy working, like, you go around behind him, right? And he's like, well, first of all, he said, I don't want to go in the front. I don't want to get cut. All right, I'll take the goddamn knife if it has to. So you go around him. So I walk and I get like a distance from him. I said, sir, because you got to be an audience, sir. And he just sitting there digging.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, God damn, I got to stop before he kills him.
How fucking close did you get to this guy?
Oh, I was bodied up. I grabbed him.
Oh my god, dude! So you actually ran up on him just fucking straight?
I grabbed his wrist. I grabbed his fucking wrist with a knife, and see, I know how to control you by
yeah.
I mean, I know how to do that. So I grabbed his wrist and I brought him to the floor by his wrist, you know. But you know how to keep your distance, right? So I grabbed him, put him down, and then my other friend grabbed him by his ankles and like hog tied him basically. And we didn't want to hurt him because he was bleeding real bad from his leg. So we just held him there until they called the ambulance and the police. The bar did, and they come there and they took care of him.
Dude,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
dude. That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, it reminds me of the story of when one of our friends, a pack of friends of mine went out of state for a rave. I didn't go to this one, but I heard the story about when they came back. A friend of theirs like ended up doing meth that night.
Yeah.
Why you want to do meth as a party drug, I don't fucking know, but they did meth that night and they fucking freaked out and like ended up like lost in the city somewhere. They couldn't find this dude. He had taken off his pants. He's like walking around in boxer shorts through this fucking city, just tweaked out of his mind. And apparently, like, he kept getting into people's cars thinking it was his car and then realizing it wasn't his car and then getting out. And eventually, I guess he ended up in the hospital because some fucking cop picked him up and brought him to the hospital. And he was so fucking tweaked out of his mind. Like, they didn't want to take him in.
Well, here's the deal with meth. Meth's a fucked up drug anyway. But they got to what they call junk meth, right? See, a lot of people just make meth in their bathtub or bathroom, and that's the danger. So even though all meth's dangerous, don't get me wrong, but there's certain people that know how to make it better and make it safer. But there's too many of these junk meth going around, and when you get a hold of that junk meth, you will fucking trip the fuck out and just get stupid.
Right, it's like the difference between like liquor and moonshine made in somebody's fucking backyard.
Exactly. There is meth where people, you know. Oh,
you want some of that Walter? Is it Walter White? You want Walter White shit?
Well, I know
the fucking blue crystals.
I know a dude. They call him a chemist. He right here in Mississippi, this motherfucker, he's known to make the best meth in the goddamn state of Mississippi. They call him the chemist because he went to college. He was a very smart dude. He learned how to do chemistry and all this shit. So he knows how to properly do shit. Now, is it still dangerous? Hell yeah.
You know what? My situation is like we should accept drugs in our society, honestly, because you cannot avoid the existence of drugs.
I agree.
Right? Like you can either swim with the current or against it. I think that all drugs should be legal, but the point should be like we should make it as safe as fucking possible.
That's the point. That's
right?
The point. Yep.
As safe as fucking possible.
And that's why
everyone should have the right to adjust their consciousness.
By saying that he's not supporting all bad drugs. He's not, and that's where a lot of people get wrong when I say that too. When I say I want to make all drugs legal. It's simply because if you get a scientist in there making meth, it's going to be a whole lot fucking safer than a goddamn redneck with no teeth and no education making meth.
Doing it in their fucking toilet.
But guys, if you legalize all the drugs, your privatized fucking whole prison system will collapse in upon itself. How can you sustain it?
Like it's rough because like
prisons are mostly privatized anyway, and we have a big issue.
Well,
that was privatized.
He was being extremely sarcastic.
Like some shit you wouldn't want to sell though, like crocodile, right? Like I don't think putting a ban against crocodile is going to do anything about the existence of crocodile.
Angel dust,
but
I wouldn't like to see that distributed freely amongst the general population because that it never ends well. People on this
I've done angel dust. No.
Yeah.
Never.
But stuff like heroin and meth. Look, is it bad? Fuck yes, it's really bad. But You're going to tell me that if it's regulated and if it's done by professionals, that the death toll is not going to go down? Fuck
Well,
yeah,
it goes-
it's gonna go
well,
down.
what
if it's
happens
treated,
is-
yeah.
I was going to say in Amsterdam, many moons ago. We're going back a while. There was a big problem with heroin. Basically, all the public parks at night, it looked like it had snowed fucking needles. There was just needles blanketing the ground. So they
You got
opened up.
zombies walking around.
Yeah, they opened up apartment blocks where they'd put the heroin users in there. They'd give them their heroin or offer them a methadone clinic. Now, what happened instantly was prostitution level rates dropped by about 50% instantly. These people would go and get fucking jobs. And within 12 months, over half of these people would give up the heroin of their own free will and continue on with their employment. All it had was net benefits for fucking society when they treated it more as a medical condition and not as a criminal fucking thing. And
Yeah.
That's
Like
what I was gonna-
you should punish people if they break laws that I think are meaningful. Like possession is, I think that's a stupid crime. You have a substance that's you're not supposed to have. Oh my god, you have a joint, you have a fucking of some fucking powder, whatever. I think that's a dumb crime. Like if somebody gets high and they go out and they drive a car and they run some people over, put that person in fucking prison. You know,
it's
you know,
non-violent drug offenses that are like, why are they going to jail for this? This is something they should obviously be going to like a rehab facility or something to get better with if they're becoming enough of a nuisance to disturb the general public.
I think that it's like you can't. I just have a problem telling people what they can and cannot do to their bodies.
Yeah.
Dude, if somebody wants to alter their state of mind through any kind of drug, whether that's coffee, cigarettes, or fucking meth, even like for the sake of fuck, like if somebody wants to do that, I think they should have the ability to prove they can do that of their own volition and not break any of these other rules in society. Like I do believe people can moderate themselves, and obviously like that's a very small percentage of people probably. A lot of people struggle with addiction, but we shouldn't criminalize that just on face value. We should criminalize like criminal behavior, like breaking into people's houses to steal money for fucking drugs or whatever and shit like that. I'm just saying, if we swim with the current and we legalize this shit and we actually provide it safely, then you know they're gonna remove the stigma and we'll be able to actually like focus on the real problems.
But our government is so weird, dude. It's like Finnegan, okay, yeah, you know, FDA approved Finnegan, right, or whatever it's fucking called, the strongest fucking opiate out there that kills people left and fucking right. Oh, that's okay, but kratom now, god damn it, that's bad.
Oh, what? Fentanyl?
Remember
ecstasy? Fentanyl.
What about ecstasy in the 80s? That was originally they started distributing it in nightclubs. You could buy ecstasy at your local nightclub because it wasn't illegal at the time because there was no law against it. So the FDA and a bunch of fucking post turtles, that's code for fucking politicians. These post turtles decided that that's no good, and a bunch of psychiatrists went, actually, this is a really good tool to treat really heavily depressed people. Like you give them a course of this medication and it will usually prevent them from ripping off their own fucking head with a chainsaw. And
they're
the FDA
using
went
it for people with PTSD, depression, and as well as couples therapy.
And it helps. They're used properly in a clinical manner. It's good medicine. It really has a positive effect. And again, I must stress, it must be used in a clinical manner, prescribed by a doctor under strict supervision, because otherwise it's just a recreational drug. And I've got no problem with it myself. It's just it's a rough come down. The night's great. The next day it's like, oh god.
Well, we all know what it's about. It's about, in the end, the bottom dollar, right? It's like with fentanyl, right? Fentanyl's a very expensive fucking pill. It's also a very deadly pill, right? We all know that fentanyl, I mean, if you just study it, it's dropping people left and fucking right. Okay.
Well, yeah.
But
heroin users specifically.
Yeah, but okay. But here's the thing called kratom that gives you a lot of the same fucking pills in your brain because it works the same receptacles. What is there any kind of risk? There's risk with a lot of things. We're not saying it's completely risk free, but it's known to be a whole lot fucking safer, right?
Yeah.
Boom! It's not legal because why? Because they can't fucking put all
It's like,
goddamn.
it's like the same thing with like vaping. Like vaping, yes, there are risks to vaping,
Yeah,
of course, but it is a lot less risky than smoking cigarettes.
yeah. Because I'm not gonna say.
Well, I mean, we could find out through like quantitative studies done on this over the period of like several decades and find out that that's totally not true. Like, I think it's still yet to be bared out in terms of the whole vaping thing.
Well,
but like,
there was
that should be your choice.
Yeah,
you know,
but
if
well, I
you want
think
to do it.
I mean,
also
I think it's pretty safe to say it is safer than regular smoking, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and there was also a study that I found that they were studying the possible benefits of preventing pneumonia through vaping. That it would
Yeah, I've
make
heard
people
some.
less likely to develop pneumonia.
But also now,
dude.
there is also new things coming out that vaping is actually more addictive than smoking because there's a lot of stuff. Not saying that it is it? I'm just saying there is studies, but there's studies about saying that everything's bad. And I do believe everything's addictive, but I don't believe all addictions are bad. I mean,
Well, it depends on the type of
like
addiction.
coffee, right? Your people are addicted to coffee, and I don't think coffee's a bad addiction.
No.
You could fucking
like-
kill you.
It's caffeine addiction right here.
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think the human species has always been in some way, shape, or form trying to alter its cognitive state
Oh,
in
absolutely.
a
Since people figured out they
pleasurable
could get
way.
fucked up.
Absolutely. I mean,
Right?
face to
But
face. The world
think about what we
sucks.
can do now. Think about what we
Animals
can
do
do now. Our technology is getting more and more advanced and complex, and we can do so many crazy things. Like all the vapors the different flavors you can smoke out of a fucking vape.
Yeah.
Like think about the marketplace there. If like people are always talking about like free market, the free market. Well, what about the free market for drugs, bitch? Like what kind of drugs could we create that people would like more than say heroin or cocaine or whatever? And we might create a market for like drugs that don't have the same fucked up effects as the drugs that we have now. Like if there was a market for heroin, I don't know, maybe they could create something that's heroin-like, that's better, that doesn't have the negative, like addictive properties to it.
Kratom's kind of like that.
Imagining a world though like that though, like where heroin, stuff like that is legal, and the prison system actually is there for people like rapists and murderers, and that's all that's in there. Is the really truly bad
Rapists,
people.
That's what it was like at the start of the 20th century. You could, during World War One, your loved ones would send care packages to you at the front line, and you'd pop it open, and you know what was in it? A nice little fucking syringe, glass and a syringe, and some fucking heroin, and lots of other different drugs. And a lot of the time, those men went up that fucking ladder to climb over the wall when the whistle was blown to get mown down by fucking machine gun fire, and they were high as fucking kites.
Oh, dude, my dad can tell you stories about Vietnam, the soldiers being on LSD. Oh, yeah, dude, those motherfuckers in Nam, they was some drug taking motherfuckers, man.
Well, yeah, you go out to face death every day.
Jungle.
Yeah, exactly. You have to face death, man. Go in there, balls to the wall, high as fuck on LSD. You know.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like in yesterday's show, I was like, everyone has their limit, right? I think that goes for so many things, like drug use, or like when they're going to become like enraged to the point that they'll do anything, or like psychopathic. Or
yeah, I do. I agree. I mean,
you put someone in the right fucking environment, like they might just totally fucking.
Well, my dad can tell you story, and my dad can tell you stories. One of the reasons he'll tell you one of the reasons he stayed high over in Nam because he was watching his friends get their fucking heads blown off, and that will fuck with a human being.
Vietnam was brutal.
Comfortably numb. That's the
terminology. Perfectly, yeah, that's it right there. Comfortably numb because you watch your friend get killed the next day. You still got to go in battle.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have time to grieve. You don't have time to be upset about it. You got to keep going.
Yeah, so go ahead.
The 100-yard stare. That's another thing that fucking a lot of these guys have. Just a 100-yard stare. They just look off into the distance and just keep looking for extended periods of time and just blank out. And they just basically go numb and shut down because that was their way of escaping the fucking reality around them.
Drugs.
Yeah, that's also a coping mechanism for PTSD.
Yeah, exactly. There's all of these wonderful things in psychiatry that we've learned since the Vietnam War, and you can go back and talk to that generation
One of the most
And
brutal
it's just-
wars of all time, by the way.
Oh yeah, and here's the thing: you go and talk. My friends have been over to as tourists to Vietnam, and they are really friendly people today. Like there's former NVA soldiers that would take Australian tourists on tours down into the fucking tunnels where they used to fucking live and explain how they were, and they explained that, you know, we didn't mind certain people like the Australians and the North Vietnamese. We kind of get along now because they said we fought with honor, and it.
Yeah.
It's all, but there was the Battle of Long Tan. If you've never heard of that, that was a fucking shit show and a half.
Australia's always had our backs, though. Always.
Yeah. Oh, like we operated a bit differently in Vietnam. Like we'd have a fire base, and we'd basically go to the locals around it. Listen, we're putting our base here. We're going to have an exclusion zone of 4 kilometers around it, and we're going to patrol that. And if we see anyone in there, we're going to shoot them because we think they're NVA or Viet Cong.
Those stories, those stories my dad tells me sometimes, it will absolutely put chills through your bones, man. Because those fellas seen some shit.
Yeah,
They really did see some
shit.
Yeah.
That was gnarly. It was in a rubber plantation, and they were engaging what they thought was a small group of Viet Cong, and it's like, nah. They actually engaged the fucking NVA, and they had a full regiment thrown at them, and it was like 30 guys hunkered down in a rubber plantation during the pissing down fucking rain.
Yep.
So the mud was splashing up about 12 inches, and that's the reason they all didn't die, is they actually were lying down underneath the cover of the rain getting splashed up, and it was throwing cover up. And they had to call in artillery danger close, which is basically in their own position because they were being overrun right on dawn. And the NVA to this day talk about the Battle of Long Tan and go, they fucking fought hard and they fought well. And we killed a lot of those guys, and we didn't find one dead fucking NVA troop the next day.
I was sitting in the living room one night with my dad, and there was this fucking racist shit going on TV. And this dude said, they ain't, and look, I'm going to say what he said. I'm going to use the word. He said, there ain't no nigga ever done anything for this country. My dad threw a glass at the TV. Yeah. You motherfucker. I held a black man dying in my goddamn arms that fought for this. I mean, he just went off, man. And he was like, and my dad was born and raised Mississippi, country boy, got his backwoods way. But one of his best friends was a black dude, and he literally died in my dad's arms.
Well, I'll go.
Yeah, the military is like a brotherhood, man.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Well, here's the Australian perspective on that. My friend's dad was special forces, and his job was to go out and retrieve stuff from crashed planes, American and Australian. And he flatly refused to work with white American soldiers. He said, I will take an African American squad out, African American only. No white Americans, because he said they used to splash themselves up with cologne and do all sorts of stupid shit and get really fucked up. Where the African American guys would be fucking dead quiet, focus on the mission, and just become part of the bush. And he said that's why he survived, is because he took those guys out with him. He said if I took out the normal guys, I would have been dead.
Well, at the time, like the same African American guys being soldiers over there, they'd be treated like soldiers in like another part of the military, and then they'd come home and come back to still a pretty racist America.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing about the whole Vietnam, dude, I have like this really connection with them. I kind of thought I give them a lot. I don't know what I'm trying to say. A lot of sympathy, empathy, because when they came back from the war, they didn't have parades.
That was spat on.
They were there was no parades, celebrating them like the guys from Iraq, which is great. But they came back with, like when I said, people spit in their faces and call them baby killers and shit like that.
Yep.
It was the least popular war to ever fucking happen.
Yes, but those young men that went over there, they didn't call shots. They didn't say, "Oh, let's go to war." They were just doing what they were.
A lot of them got drafted. A lot of them didn't even want to be there.
Exactly. Now, my dad was not drafted. My dad volunteered, and he did 2 tours. I mean, he went back. My dad was a soldier. My dad was, kind of like meant for the army. Really, he was a soldier, and he was like high fucking ranked in the military. I mean, he was a badass.
All of this is just like more evidence to me that human civilization is nothing more than a swirling bucket of hot piss. It is like we are so fucked up. Like that war was so fucked up.
Yes,
among so many other things that are constantly fucked up. Like we're sitting here having a conversation, you know, sort of like reminiscing about these kinds of stories of old, you know, this is sort of our country's legacy. But right now, there are legacies being made that I think are many times worse in some regards than even what we're talking about. Like, imagine being born in fucking Syria or Yemen right now. You know,
but there's always been a Syria and a Yemen. There's always been.
I know, but the stories that people will tell in the future from now, they'll probably be about places like that. There's going to be some crazy fucking stories like that. We pulled American weapons out of or fragments of American weapons out of a school bus that killed like 50 children in Yemen. Like, weapons sold by the Obama administration exploded a school bus full of children in Yemen. Like, shit like that's going on and has been going on. Like, the fucking drone strikes, dude. The drone strikes under the Obama administration, like, fuck.
Even now, you'll hear people.
Lord and Savior Obama, motherfucker.
But even now, you'll hear stories of people who came out of Iraq and came out of Afghanistan. It'll tell you some fucked up stories about shit that went down.
Yeah, it's fucked up shit. I got my cousin did. He did a tour in Iraq and a tour in Afghanistan. He's fucked up, dude. I mean, this kid's fucked up. I mean, he's not right.
Oh, yeah. I have a friend that came back from Iraq. Yeah, he's not right.
He's seen some shit. I mean, his base was attacked, and 3 of his best friends dead. I mean, he went through boot camp with these motherfuckers, man. I mean, they were. I mean, and like she mentioned a minute ago, it's a brotherhood. You know, these guys. It's a brother, and to watch this shit, there's a lot of crazy shit. And Dee's right. Down the line, they're going to be talking about, you know, Yemen and all this shit, like we're talking about this stuff. But what I hope happens that didn't happen here is that we're all dead. No,
a lot of people are going to die. That's for sure. Like millions upon millions upon millions upon millions. Like, the fucking number is too fucking big. Of like all the people that have died, and what we're in like 8 different countries right now. We've been doing like 17 years of like constant fucking increasing military activity.
This is what happens when you declare war on a concept. End up like in like 17 fucking countries. Like,
like five of the, I think it's like 5 or more of the countries that we're in right now don't even have congressional approval for like any kind of like war with these countries.
You know what makes me sad, Dave?
Huh?
Is when you ask a lot of people, why did we go to Iraq? They say 9/11. It makes me so sad when people say, you can come around here in Mississippi, right? And it's because they just don't know. They believe all the bullshit that they're fed. A lot of these dumbasses right here. And I ask, like, I've had conversations with a lot of people, like, why they were like talking about the war. So why were we in Iraq? 9/11. Really? You do know that 9/11 had nothing to do with Iraq, right? And I have to explain it to them, and they're like, and they're blown away. They honestly thought Iraq had something to do with 9/11.
No. We were just
you know, the whole thing though, for simple people, I think, you know, a lot of people did join the military, for example, because 9/11. That really is the simplest explanation. They said because 9/11 they joined. I didn't join for that reason. But I think a lot of people did, and they really felt like that was the right thing to do. They just didn't understand the deeper fucking context of what was going on. You know, they didn't know like about a lot of the information that we know now. I feel sorry for the people that are serving right now, the people who are on active duty right now, still doing this fucking bullshit. The people that have to go and basically police the globe. Like, Jesus, man, I'm sure they all went out of there.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that went in right after 9/11, or at least sometime after when they were old enough, that went in simply for schooling benefits.
Yeah.
Because at the time, the economy was so shit that going to college was, you were going to be just absolutely fucking broke for the rest of your fucking life if you went to college at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they ended up going into the military for that, and ended up finding out that, like, military schooling, you might as well just go to college.
It's not shit. My cousin did that. That's the cousin I just talked about. Well, his long plan was they were going to, you know, put him in college and all this stuff. Well, it didn't. None of that worked out. He's working in a fucking factory right now.
All right, well let me throw this on you because he's working at a factory. I don't know if it's has a union or if it's like really good or
Not in Mississippi. Unions don't exist.
Probably fucking not. Yeah, Mississippi. But the military will train you in trade skills that allow you to quickly maneuver yourself to other companies that are, you know, loosely tied to the military industrial complex, like Boeing, for example.
Yeah.
Hint, hint. Like I took my experience on F-18s in the military and transferred that to work at Boeing, who makes F-18s.
Yeah.
So you can pick up trade skills that allow you to transfer to
you pick
companies
up
that will pay you a lot of money, right? But beyond that, like, yeah, the college thing is retarded. I don't know if you heard that there were GI Bill recipients that were shortchanged, I think, for like an entire year.
Oh,
and the VA was saying like, oh no, we're going to compensate you. We're going to fix our system and we're going to compensate you. And now that it's reached this point of like they're working on their system, they're like, no, we're going to retroactively say we're not going to reimburse you. We're just going to go with the system normally. So basically all of the veterans who were going to school, which is like, you don't make that much money to go to school anymore. They used to let you take unemployment and the GI Bill at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. They fucking got rid of that shit. So it's like twice as fucking hard for somebody to use the GI Bill and go to school right now. And basically they were like, oh, well, fuck you. Like, we underpaid you, you fucking peasants who only served your country at like the fear of death or like whatever could fucking happen to you. We're not going to repay you, even though we said we would.
My cousin said they treat you good as long as you're active. And when you're not active no more, it's not so good.
Yeah, once you're out, dude, you're fucking excommunicated. Unless you serve for 20 years, at which point you get a retirement. You get a check, right? The only other way, I guess, to make a lot of money off of it is to become extremely disabled and actually manage to file your claims properly, at which point you do get a pretty good sum of money.
Finally, the VA's actually starting to step up a little bit for my dad, but he had to lose a fucking leg and all this shit before them to actually start helping him a little bit. And my dad suffers from an H&R shit.
Yeah, and they're not even they're not properly funded. I don't think that whatever their fucking system is.
No, they're not properly funded.
It can't address the veterans needs that we have. And if you hold your fucking military to like such an extreme degree of reverence, then why do you let like over decades and upon decades of administrations totally fail to provide these basic things?
Here's my problem is like, we all know that we're fucking armed to the goddamn T. We've got more weapons than we fucking need in our military. So instead of like constantly adding money for that shit, add money to take care of the goddamn veterans that used that shit when they were there.
Here's a little thing. I don't know how accurate this is because I've been drinking and I read the article a long time ago. But the missiles that we launched into Syria, I don't know if you remember that there were allegations of chemical weapons attacks going on in the country, and before an investigation was even done or could be done. In fact, they were going to be there like a few days after the strike happened, without congressional approval, without any other fucking no checks and balances whatsoever. We launched about 100 missiles into the city capital of Syria, and we destroyed a chemical plant that didn't have any chemical weapons.
No, that wasn't a chemical plant, though. It wasn't. It actually was a place that created antivenin for certain fucking nasty critters, wasn't it?
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. And guess how much 100 fucking missiles cost?
Oh God! How much?
Guess how much 100 fucking missiles cost?
They're about 1.5 million a throw, aren't they? Those Tomahawk cruise missiles.
That's like billions of dollars, right?
Dude, it's a fucking absurd number. So it's, to say the least, like, we basically have an unchecked, basically military power thing going on where you can just fucking launch missiles at a country that didn't attack you on mere allegations without an investigation or any kind of consideration at all. You can spend hundreds of millions of dollars for sure, because they're at least $1 million a pop. Come on, dude. They're fucking missiles. American-made missiles.
Nah, dude. The 60 you launched at the fucking Air Force base in Syria, but here's the best bit. An hour before you launched the missiles, you picked up the phone and yo, Ivan, We know that you got some shit parked at the airport. What corner are you guys holed up in? Because we won't drop any missiles down on those GPS coordinates, but we are going to rocket the fucking shit out of that airport in about an hour from now. So that gives you and your mates time to move all of the really sensitive and nice equipment right out of the way, and you can leave a few old trucks there to make it look good. So get all your jets and all your really dear military gear the fuck out of there now, because in 58 minutes there's going to be 60 Tomahawk missiles raining down on 2/3 of that airport. We're not going to rain missiles down on the northeast quadrant because we know that's where the Russians are. And if we hit one Russian thing, we'll actually have to fight someone, and we're fucked. So there you go. That's what actually happened. Slight over dramatization though, but you gave them a heads up.
No, that's pretty much the fucking gist. That's the gist, dude. That's how fucking ridiculous the whole story is.
Yeah. We've been talking about this for a little bit. So, there was another school shooting this morning, guys.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, teenage suspect dead in. Yeah, reset the clock. Teenage suspect dead in shooting incident at school in Richmond, Indiana. All Richmond Community School buildings were placed on lockdown following reports on an active shooter at Dennis Intermediate School Thursday morning. A teenage suspect is dead, but no other injuries have been reported. Police said, well, I guess he's the only one that got.
Whoa. So this school shooter went in there and just killed himself?
Well, apparently he was trying to shoot people, I think, and it didn't work. I don't know what happened here.
He's a really bad shot.
Yeah. This is going to be like the YouTube shooter again, where like the only person that ended up dying was the person who came in there trying to shoot people.
But you know how these reports are when they first come out; they're always fucking wrong.
Dude. Like you gotta fucking wait like a little while. Let it marinate. Let the news feed marinate for a little while. But
usually give it a day or two to get like accurate reporting.
So, did you have any indication of what kind of weapon was used?
No, I don't.
All right.
I don't, but we don't know much about it, so yeah. What do you think about Radiohead going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Good for them.
Why?
That's fine. No, that's good. That's good.
Apparently,
Radiohead's good, dude.
Apparently,
I'm a creep.
Yeah, I love that song. That is a great fucking song.
What the hell am I doing here?
No.
I don't belong here.
Now I've got a problem.
But no, I don't have a problem with this one. The great and wonderful, the awesome Stevie Nicks was inducted to the Hall of Fame.
No.
Stevie Nicks deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
No, she's a singing goat. Sorry.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's like fucking South Park. Ever since I saw that,
I'm gonna take Stevie Nicks and put her over clips of goats screaming now.
Red Eye doesn't exist to me, D. No longer. So if Red Eye has something to say to me, he says it for you.
I'd say not Stevie Nicks, but Fleetwood Mac definitely deserves to be in the
My God!
Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
I just want to tell you,
I'll
Pim.
agree with that. Fleetwood Mac fucking kick-ass. And you know what they should have done recently? Instead of firing a guitar player, they should have fired Stevie fucking Nicks.
But here's the people that went in. Here's the people. Some of the Cure. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I can dig that. Robert Smith's a fucking legend. And he's
Def
old,
fucking Leppard. Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, Def Leppard.
Janet Jackson. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
The titty pop, that gets her in there.
Stevie Nicks. I agree with Stevie.
Nah. Fuck no.
Radiohead.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Nah.
Radiohead. I get it.
Nah.
Roxy Music. I don't
even know who that is.
I don't even fucking know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Well, I do, and yes. It's
the Zombies.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm okay with the Zombies going in. I don't know who the fuck Roxy Music is. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be like Teen Bop 1990 or something.
You'll recognize the singer as soon as you heard his name, but I'll let you go and do some searching because learning things is fun.
Here's a bit of talking about Nicks. Though.
It's a 1970s English rock band.
Okay, but here's a cool little thing about Nicks. She's the first woman to be inducted into the Hall of Fame twice. Because she was inducted with a Fleetwood Mac, and now she's inducted for her own career, for her singles career.
Okay.
Oh, fucking good for her.
Really?
Yeah, awesome for her.
Fleetwood Mac, yeah, but it's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Is she really rock? It's everything so blurred and confusing now.
What's that one song she sang? Avalanche or whatever it's called?
Yeah, Avalanche. I think
That's
it
a
was.
beautiful fucking song, Red.
You know what's terrible is I've never
Hills.
really cared for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like even when I was like a angsty teenager, like trying to get a band together because we were gonna be famous.
But why don't they just call it?
I was never like I'm gonna be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I was never thinking that.
But they should call it just the Music Hall of Fame because they put like NWA in there before and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not rock and roll.
See,
Yeah, like how? Let me ask you this, Pimp. How would you feel if you got one of those like fucking YouTube medals? Like if they just sent you a fucking one.
Now, none.
Yeah.
Now.
Like say you got whatever 100,000 subscribers
Now I
and they
wouldn't
sent
give
you
a
a
fuck.
fucking medal.
Back in the day, I would have loved that.
It used
shit.
to mean something.
It used
Now
to
it's
mean
like-
Dude, I'd like wipe my balls with that medal on
Yeah.
cam and throw
Used
it in
to,
the
I would
trash.
Put it on Pornhub.
It used to mean something, like she said. It used to mean that you, but now I don't really, because now, like I said, I refuse to call myself a YouTuber. Now I'm a content creator. I create content on many platforms. Fuck
What I refer
YouTube.
to people as now, content creators.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, since we're talking about this, since you brought it up, starting Monday, we're going full force OBS. No more hangouts for Pimpmunk, the Morning Wood, none of that. It's all going to be on OBS. And we're going to go a week or two before we go fully in, before we integrate the show on Twitch. What we're going to do is we're going to try to get more attention for Twitch, and then we're going to move over to Twitch.
That's a great idea. I'm really excited, by the way, about your OBS shit. I'm like tremendously
Dude,
excited.
if you see me last night, my shit looked good. I had like this burning pimp sign going on. It was pretty neat.
Like I'm trying to think about shit that I'm gonna try to make to like help you. with
Well,
this
and
bullshit.
something else we're going to
Like-
start. Well, I'm sorry. I just want
No, like an intro. Do you have an intro?
No, we're gonna have to work on an intro. I need. I actually need 2 intros. I need one for the Morning Wood and one for the Pimpmunk, regular Pimpmunk stuff.
Yeah, I think we need some fucking break music and shit too, because
Well,
maybe you
we're
want
also
to take a
gonna
break.
do a couple
you know?
segments, and then we're gonna do segments too. Like we're gonna do the spilling the tea segment. Occasionally we're gonna have the angry Aussie segment. There's a couple of things. Of course, if you don't know what the angry Aussie is, that's Red Eye. He's gonna have like what did I tell you back in the past? I give you 3 minutes to rant on anything you want to.
Yeah.
And but he's got to keep it to 3 minutes. That's what's going to be hard.
Yeah, that's why I'm going. Oh God, it's like what? I'll just get going in 3 minutes. I'll be warming up, spooling up before I get to full speed.
but then we're going to have a lot of cool stuff happening. Like last night, what I did is I had Discord opened up and I had people in the voice chat as guests on the stream. Hear people talking and stuff, and I did that. So that's something else that we're going to start doing. But we're also going to start doing it to where it's Patreon. Like there's going to be a night where Patreons, which is it's Patreon only anyway, but a certain amount of Patreons, like people who donate 15 or 20 or whatever, get the opportunity to do that. And we're also
you gotta get the gold package.
Yeah. Also, not
Something like
safe.
that.
We're about to start doing a not safe for work show on Chatterbait.
Oh shit!
You're not safe for work, and it's not all about naked. It's just about we can do whatever the fuck we want on there and get in no trouble.
But you guys are gonna get naked.
Oh, there's gonna be nakedness.
You're gonna get. I'm gonna see a titty on your show.
Absolutely, there's gonna
You
be nakedness.
remember that fucking thing you always said to me? A titty in every city.
A titty in every city, and I did it too. Man.
Yeah.
I went out went on this like little tour. Right, I traveled all the, and my goal was to see a titty in every city. That was one of the things, and I actually did see a titty in every city I went to. So I mean, basically strip clubs, but now there was a couple occasions, like one day where these couple of fans showed up. There was a couple, a guy and his girlfriend. They showed up. We had a good time that day. They left, but later on that night, there was a knock on my hotel door. I opened the door and it was just her.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
And I was like, "Come on in, lady friend." And then we fucked.
That's so you
So
you cheated. You're a cheater. You're a cheater, man. You're a cheater enabler.
Edison,
You're
that's so
cheating.
bad.
No, you know what? Maybe I'm a fucked up person, you guys. Maybe you can judge me for this. But if somebody wants to cheat on their spouse with me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna enable them to display their totally unacceptable behavior on my penis.
And I guess I have to discuss the manatee in the room, by the way. So the elephant in the room. Yes, Brett did a video last night after I did that stream. And yes, he was saying that Ben is using me and Billy and scamming us and stuff like that. But I don't pay that shit no attention. Everybody, I've had like several messages. One, did you see it? Did you see it?
What do you say? It's like it's a scam situation.
You know, he brought up the situation like, you know, I do this stuff and I don't get paid, but you know, it's none of their business, none of his business.
Dude, it's just a fucking thing. Why has it got to be a fucking conspiracy, right? Like everyone's got to get like into the details and all fucking conspiratorial about it.
And look, and like I said, and he's right about one thing now, that I have been nice to Brett lately, and Brett's been nice to me lately. When Brett comes to the chat room, if Brett isn't talking shit, I don't want nobody talking shit to him because there's no point in it, right? You know, there's no point in it. I do know that Brett's going to probably end up doing a video about me talking shit. I know he does it every time. He's nice to me for a while. But no, I will not be working with him. He wants to come on my stream really bad now, all of a sudden. He said that he said I'm being paranoid or some shit like that because I'm believing the hive. It's not paranoid when I've seen it happen, Brett. I've seen you do shit. And Brett knows it. Brett knows I'll talk shit on him a little bit, but nothing negative. I mean, nothing like too negative anyway. But,
you know, I've sort of followed the Brett Keane thing for many, many years now. I realize this now because I was commenting on Dusty Smith's Facebook earlier today. He posted a video, like he's been on YouTube for 10 years. So he did a 10-year video. I watched that shit. Yeah. And I realized, I was like, holy shit, one of my favorite Dusty Smith videos from old school Dusty is over 7 years old. And I know that like since about that time I knew who Brett Keane was. So I've known the name Brett Keane for over 7 years.
I'll be honest with you. I had no idea who Brett Keane was until DP started talking about him.
Dude, it's been a long time. Brett, that's one thing you got to give Brett. He has staying power, dude. Yeah, he's got the fucking staying power. And you know what, Brett Keane?
Keep himself relevant.
You know, if you ever hear this, I want you to know from me to you, I appreciate your contribution.
Oh, fuck off,
to society. I do. You've made it one layer of complexity deeper for me, and
you know my favorite thing about Dusty Smith, though. You said it's not really. It's what Gage did to him. It was so fucking hilarious. Dusty was trying to get patted on the back on Twitter, and he was like, "Name one atheist that's more famous than me that lives in Mississippi." Gage went, "Pimpmunk."
No. I think you guys should actually listen to Dusty Smith's last video. Why? I think you should look at his 10-year compilation because he brings to the forefront a lot of situations that happened like within the 10 years that he was on YouTube.
Dusty's not much problem.
No, but like he straight admitted like there was a cringe phase. There was a cringe phase of Dusty, and I would agree. Yeah, like I've known Dusty for a long time. I would say there was definitely a cringe phase, dude. But
one of the things Dusty does that I don't like. I don't like this at all, and I've said it before, and I'll say it to his fucking face. He hides behind the moniker of satire a lot. He'll say some shit that you know he's serious about. You know he fucking means it. But then when people like turn on him and get mad about it, oh, it's satire. You're stupid because you didn't get it.
Nah, well, maybe Dusty has maybe some shortcomings here and there, but like. For as long as I've known this guy and he's been on the internet, like I don't know him personally or anything. We're definitely not like close friends or anything. Yeah. But as long as I've been watching him, I've seen him go through all of these different phases. And the video that I watched today when I was getting off work, and, you know, it was like, damn, he sort of encapsulated his life experience, and it makes sense that like because everyone fucks up. Could you look back on the last 10 years of your life?
I haven't made one mistake.
Like if you were going to be super critical of the last 10 years of your life, like if you were going to be
mistakes. I've made no mistakes, Dave.
Brazenly fucking honest, like that's how I came across this video.
I've made no mistakes, Dave. I have made none.
No, I fucked up, dude. I've done some fucked up things.
Anna's petting her pussy over there.
I know that there's times when the Facebook memories pop up. I'm like, oh God, why did I say this stupid shit on the fucking internet? I know.
You keep talking. My Anna's petting her pussy.
Yeah,
I can see
I've
that.
just been watching
Just
Anna and a pussy.
cat.
This is great.
And apparently she's got a black pussy. A white
Yep.
girl with a black pussy.
Yep.
Interesting.
That is a pretty kitty you have.
He's
there.
trying to get all deep and shit over there, and I'm
No,
trying to fuck
but
everything up.
I got mad love for Dusty,
Well,
dude.
He's trying to get all philosophical while wearing a Ninja Turtle shirt.
Dude, cowabunga. What do you want from me?
You're a fucking.
It's
I
the
hate
fucking
you.
Ninja Turtles.
I
What do
hate
you want? You hate
Dude,
the Ninja Turtles.
I wish they'd bring back the Ninja Turtles from the original. I wish they'd do one movie the way the original comics were, where they were violent and bloody and all that shit.
I like the old school, like, what is it, like the 80s and early 90s when they did like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live action where they had like the suits.
I can't stand the new look of the turtles. They look like aliens. They don't look like fucking.
Kinda, yeah,
I
it's
don't
kinda
like
weird.
that shit. It's weird looking.
I like the old shit.
Yeah, but I want to like the original comics, right? Where they were fucking violent and vicious and bloody. I wish they'd make one movie like that of the Ninja Turtles.
R-rated Ninja Turtles.
Yes. There's a lot
I
of
want
things I
Raphael
want
to
to
drop
see.
one. I want Raphael to drop one F-bomb.
There's a lot of things I want to see that won't happen. Like I want to see a reboot of Maximum Overdrive in today's world.
Mm.
I won't never
That'd be
see
neat.
that though. They won't do that because the original movie kind of sucked, but it was.
I
loved it.
heard they're remaking Shrek.
Oh God! See why?
Fuck off.
Are you fucking kidding me? Is that a joke?
I heard they're-
Is it
No,
going to
it's
be a
not a joke.
live action Shrek?
I don't know. Let me see.
They're doing live action everything now.
That can't be fucking real, dude. Shrek was too
Shrek
soon.
5 will be a reinvention of the series.
Too soon. Too soon. What the fuck?
So I have to say, Toy Story 4 looks fucking hilarious.
Oh God! They're bringing that shit back too.
It's different. It's different toys. I think it's Key and
Which I
Peele.
will
I think
say-
are doing the voices.
I gotta say this: Toy Story is actually a good animation. I actually do enjoy Toy Story stories.
I don't know if it's Key and Peele, but I know it's at least one of them was doing one of the main voices.
Oh,
and it was-
really?
The,
Oh,
the
that's
trailer
cool.
was hysterical.
They're funny. Both of them are funny guys.
Yeah.
My favorite animation though, it will always be Ice Age.
That's good. They did too many of those.
They did too many,
Yeah.
but the first two were really good. I'm about to say something. It's trippy, but I like Zootopia, man. I thought Zootopia was a.
You
want
want
to
to fuck that bunny. You want to stick your
That is
dick in that
the only
fucking bunny.
cartoon character
Oh
that I
my
would
god,
fuck.
the furry community when that
Judy
fucking
Hopps
movie
was a
came
You
out.
want
bitch.
to put the morning wood inside
Judy
of that
Hopps
bunny.
is a
I
fun-
watched the furries lose their fucking minds.
No, they went crazy over Judy Hopps, didn't they, man? They went fucking.
Dude,
nuts.
Judy Hopps is hot. She's like the hottest since what's the one Lola Bunny.
But now, what's his name that did the fuck? Jason Bateman, right?
I don't know.
That dude is so charming. I love that dude. He's a great
Dude,
actor.
Lola Bunny from Space Jam. That was the last seriously hot fucking animal
It made you feel some weird things. about
cartoon. Yeah, right. And I think Judy Hopps is just like this generation's.
I heard they were making a sequel
Lola
to
Bunny.
Officer Down. Dude.
Yeah.
They
I'm
are.
there.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
there.
that's go and check the International Movie Database. They've already secured the naming rights for it. I don't know if it's in production yet. I hope so because I'm going to order that one on fucking DVD because my god, that fucking gun and that scene where he slides under the nun and blows her fucking head
Greatest
off.
scene ever in
Yep.
movie
Yep.
cinematic. God damn that scene! But I'll tell you what, I'll never forget the night I watched it. Me and D, let's watch a Netflix movie. We sat down.
It was great though. That was the perfect. It couldn't be more perfect. That experience.
Yeah, dude, we sat down. We find out. Well, what the fuck is this? Let's turn on this. Watch it. It started, and we went on a few minutes. We both looked at each other like, "What the fuck is this shit?" It's like it was weird, right? It was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then all of a sudden, we found ourselves just like, "This is the greatest shit we've ever seen."
Dude, it was literally like we were scrolling through Netflix, like, nah, man, nah, I don't know, dude, I don't know. And then we found this shit, and we were like, I guess it's this.
Yeah.
And we clicked it, and then it was just like from that moment on, we were like, dude, what?
Yeah.
What?
And then when we told Red was like, I'm gonna watch it. And then Red kind of be like, you were right. This is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Like at
great.
the end of it, at the start of it, it's just like a really gruesome, really good portrayal of the comic book, because apparently it's a comic book. So
Yeah.
it's a good, really good portrayal of a comic to movie. They've actually made it like a comic, but in movie form. But then you get into these really heavy philosophical fucking questions, and it's like the characters are sort of having an existential
The orgasm
crisis.
counter.
And the orgasm count is great, but it actually touches on some really gnarly shit at the end there, because all of these, you know, how the people sacrifice themselves to bring him. It's really,
It's
just, gets you
captivating.
thinking.
What?
Yeah.
What movie was that?
Called Officer Down.
Officer Down. Okay.
And
You know what I want to see now?
WNE.
I want to see a breakdown, like a very serious breakdown of that movie, Officer Down, like a
Let's
movie
do it.
review,
Let's
like a
do
movie
it,
review.
Me and you and Red can fucking do it.
We gotta chop it up though. I'm gonna buy the movie and I gotta chop it up so we can have like
Dude,
scene by scene fucking.
honestly, that is why it's so fucking cool. The movie is just, it's okay. It's just fun. It's fun to watch. I mean, it's just got so much, and it's actually, there is a philosophical thing behind it. Also, there's a lot of good shit behind it, but it's just like the greatest scene I've ever seen in movie history is that he shot an evil nun in the puss, and it came out of her head.
Yes.
Jesus.
It was just spectacular.
This fucking gun that he's got that.
That's some hobo with a shotgun level awesomeness.
It is that kind of style. That D uses that example. That is exactly in that realm of movies. Hobo with a shotgun. If you like Hobo with a shotgun, which if you don't, something's wrong with you.
Oh, dude. Well, you know, some people just really are not into that, like, very, like, weird sort of.
Did you notice that in the movie? I don't know if you've ever noticed this, D. In Hobo with a Shotgun, Ricky from Trailer Park Boys is in that movie.
Is he in that movie?
I never
Yes.
noticed that here.
He was actually the one that they were buried in the put in the concrete. You remember?
Yeah. No, dude, I gotta watch it. It's been a long time.
That's
I
Ricky
have to, yeah.
from Trailer Park Boys, man.
Damn.
Trailer Park Boys is like so close to my heart.
Oh,
And I'm so
I love
sad.
that
I'm so
Mr.
sad at the
Leahy.
loss of Mr. Leahy, dude.
yeah.
Mr.
Yeah, that
Leahy.
was sad.
One of the greatest.
Sat down and had some whiskey.
And there's a
that day.
sitcom right there that inspired some of the greatest other comedies shows, and people don't know this. Trailer Park Boys inspired Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Makes
and
sense.
It also inspired shows like Community, which is an awesome, amazing fucking comedy. One of the best of all times is Community.
You can definitely
so-
see the influence with It's Always Sunny.
Office, the UK version was that.
I like The Office. I'm all right with
Office,
it.
The Office, both okay. You know, in most cases, like okay, if it's done in the UK first, the America does it wrong, or if it's done in America first, UK does it wrong. But in that case, both shows were done well.
I found people that preferred either one or the other, but I like both.
And actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually kind of lean toward the US version more.
I'm curious,
I
dude.
do.
What's his fucking name? The guy that does The Office, Steve Carell, right?
Yes,
That's his name.
he's got a new
Okay,
movie
so-
coming out that people say he's gonna be nominated for Academy Award for too. By the way,
That's kind of along the lines of what I wanted to ask you, because what is your favorite Steve Carell movie? Because there's some that I felt were like flops, like
What was
it
that
the
one where he
Bruce
made-
Almighty 2 or whatever it was,
That
Evan
was-
Almighty.
He made like little
not good.
figurines
yes. Oh,
of like
but-
mice.
nice. Oh, that's with him and Paul Rudd.
Yeah, that one was really good.
I love that movie. What's it called?
I can't remember the name of it.
It's him and Paul Rudd. Which, by the way, I'm a fucking Paul Rudd fanatic.
Let's see, Steve.
You talk
Carell.
about charming. Paul Rudd is so fucking
Paul
charming, dude.
Rudd.
I would fuck him.
Dinner for Schmucks.
Dinner for Schmucks. Yes, that's a great
It's
movie.
because he was a really simple guy, and the whole thing was like these really rich assholes invited him there to make fun of him.
Yeah,
But Paul
and-
Rudd like actually really enjoyed like the art he was making and made these people feel like shit because
And
like
Rudd was just a guy trying to make it in the business world or whatever.
Yeah.
So what's it called?
Dinner for Schmucks.
yeah.
Dinner for Schmucks. Okay, I gotta look that up because I like Steve Carell. Like I
Paul
like
Rudd.
The
Yeah, he was
Office.
playing like a really simple-minded guy, and like
Yeah.
all he did
He's
was make these like
basically
little
retarded.
figurines.
He's dumb as fuck.
Dude,
But,
the fucking Anchorman shit, dude.
yeah,
like,
dude, he was
what the
terrific.
He plays those
I
characters
loved him
really
so
well.
But you know
much.
what though? Let me ask you a question, honest question, because I'm a Will Ferrell freak. I am.
Mm.
But Anchorman 2 was so goddamn bad. It was horrible. It was just horrible.
I liked
No,
it, but
yeah.
not
It
for
was a
being an
pile of
Anchorman
shit.
sequel.
It was just sucky.
You know what? Like, there are times when I'm like, a sequel is unnecessary,
And it was
then there
unnecessary.
That
there
one was
are
kind
other.
of unnecessary.
But then there are other times I consider that sometimes a sequel, while it may not reach everyone, reaches some people, and like the true fans of Will Ferrell probably enjoyed that.
I'm a true fan of Will
'Cause they-
Ferrell, and I didn't.
Well,
I'll
I'm
tell
just
you
saying,
what's-
I'm saying the people who were like way deep into Will Ferrell,
You know what
and
I
they
wanna
just
see?
jived with him as a
Here's what
person,
I
as a
wanna see.
character.
And Jeff Holiday agreed with me wholeheartedly. He said that was a brilliant. I want to see Will Ferrell play Clark Griswold.
Oh, dude.
That's what I want to see.
Oh
See,
my God, that would be
Ch-
fucking brilliant.
Wouldn't
Quick
it?
question: is Chevy
Yeah.
Chase still alive? He's still
Yeah.
alive.
Yes, he's
All
still
right.
alive, but he's
See, this is
he's so hard to work with. Everybody hates him.
yeah, but he would be my vision for that movie franchise. Is that he comes back as his original character, but his son's now growing up, and it's kind of like the trip would be going to the grandparents' place, and half the movie he wouldn't even be in because if he's hard to work with, we can work around that. But you need him and his wife in there because I don't know, just. But I get where you're coming
know
from.
what?
Will Ferrell
But
might be
that's
able to-
actually-
I'm for a complete reboot, though. If it was a reboot, Will
Yeah,
Ferrell
alright.
as
Yeah,
Clark
he can do
Griswold
it.
would be amazing.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
but-
he could totally do it, but I like Red's idea because I think this would appeal to people. I think people would like to go see this movie because Chevy Chase is fucking. I think he will draw some people. A lot of people really love him,
Great
and Will
physical
Ferrell.
comedian.
Will Ferrell too seems like almost like an unorthodox choice to pair these guys together. But I
He
think
could play the
if
son.
we anchored it on the
Anchored. Will
yeah, you
Ferrell-
anchor it on that story. These guys I think could come together and pair up nicely in sort of a duo where it's like, I've already been through my fucked up Christmas story,
Could they
and
place
now
it in
this,
Talladega
now this is
Nights?
yours.
Mm.
Like basically now this is your Christmas story. Maybe it's his fucking son or whoever.
Well,
Like,
I can see
make
that
it a
work.
relative, you know.
I can see that work, but here's the thing, though. Nobody wants to work with Chevy anymore. Nobody wants to work with him anymore. They said on the set of fucking Community, dude, that he was such an asshole and a jerk, and complained about the writing. Which, how can you complain about the writing in that show? I don't understand.
Look,
I don't know,
These-
dude. They're
these-
fucking thespians. Fucking, they're weird.
I hope we see him in that role one more time because I'd really hate to see what happened to the Ghostbusters guys happen. Oh, yeah, one of them dropped dead before they got the opportunity to finally agree with each other and work together. Because I think
Yeah,
the way him as his original character with the wife, but his son played by Will Ferrell has to travel
That's
across
good.
country.
it would work.
I reckon that'd work. And your idea, I must admit, him playing Clark would also work because
It
I
would
reckon he could pull that character off because you got to give Will Ferrell he's a very fucking versatile fucking character actor.
Yeah.
Like he can portray a hell of a lot of a big broad spectrum of fucking characters, and he's good at it.
He's so good at it. He's really good. And honestly, back when he was on SNL when he first started, I never had that much interest in Will. He did,
Oh,
but
I
then
do.
all of a sudden he popped out to me right on SNL. But he wasn't
cheerleader character.
Yes, yeah, that was one of the characters.
His
that actually
impressions
got me.
of Bush were outstanding.
Oh, his Bush impressions were amazing. But he
Yeah.
wasn't originally. I was like, but dude, I gotta be honest with you. I want to talk about SNL for a minute. I can't get interested in that show anymore.
No,
Nah.
The
Lost
cast on that show is just. I missed like. I guess what do you think besides the original cast, because the original SNL cast were goddamn glorious.
well, it's not so much the cast; it's the writers. Now you got to cast your mind back. There's two movies. There is two movies that you got to talk about before Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
And the first one is, of course, Animal House. The writers that went on to do Saturday Night Live, they fucking did Animal House.
Well, what was the name of the company?
I forget. And the other one was Kentucky Fried Movie. And if you've seen that movie, you'll understand why Saturday Night Live is like it is, because that movie is just full of skits, the Fistful of Yen, and it's some of the funniest shit you'll ever see. And that was them in their prime with their first big project, was the Kentucky Fried Movie. Then they did Animal House, or it might have been vice versa. And then they landed Saturday Night Live. And they had really good fucking writers, and they paired them with really good comedians that were taking lots of really good coke.
National Lampoon. National Lampoon.
National Lampoon. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Saturday Night Live basically stole all their writers.
It might have been around the time where my favorite cast from when I was a kid was on, which is when they had like Sandler and Farley.
Oh, great fucking cast.
And Belushi and all of them.
Great.
Van down by the river. He's like the life coach. He says, "You're going to end up living in a van down by the river."
Oh my god! Yeah, those were my favorites.
One of the greatest skits on Saturday Night Live history, in my opinion, was him, Patrick Swayze, Chippendale audition.
The Chippendales audition where you got like Chris Farley in all his great fatness just rips his shirt off and does the whole dance. And it was so popular they put that dance into like World of Warcraft.
Yeah, dude, but that scene was so amazing, and it showed how funny that fucking dude could be, and how he was a genius. He was a comedic genius.
Oh yeah,
Chris Farley died way too fucking young. Oh my god!
Yeah, that's what a combination of heroin and cocaine will do.
Dude, he was like seriously, he was like Belushi, right?
Yeah.
Farley was like the second coming of Belushi. Belushi was such a fucking genius.
The samurai fucking dude. He's like in the sandwich shop making sandwiches. And here's the thing about that skit: if you go back and watch it, he's cutting sandwiches with that thing. So just think of this for a scenario. You've got John Belushi and several other fucking highly charged quality fucking cast members on Saturday Night Live who are obviously coked off their tits, right? In a confined space, and someone says, "Here, John, pretend to be a samurai, make some sandwich," and they cut loose, and you watch the way he starts swinging that sword around. Those singers just get split. It's just like.
Fucking samurai.
You give someone like that though, with that kind of comedic mind, and tell him to go for it, he's gonna give you gold.
Oh yeah, he's gonna give you 110%.
That's what Farley did, man. And like, okay, to me, one of the greatest comedians of our time is Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah,
agreed.
One of the great,
who's still alive.
Yes, it's still alive. And the scene, one of the skits that will always, to me, go down is the blind black racist guy.
Oh my god, yeah, fucking what's his name, Clayton Bigsby or something like that.
Yeah. Oh my! His comeback skit on Saturday Night Live, The Walking Dead. I've never watched The Walking Dead, and I cried with laughter because I know enough about the characters and the plot to get the references. Yeah. And that whole fucking thing was just so goddamn fucking funny because he's portraying all the characters, and I'm like, I'm getting it, even though I haven't watched the show. And the fans of the show, they must have just been on the floor pissing themselves laughing because that was incredibly well done,
dude. I mean,
fantastic.
Yeah, he's so good though. But like the scene, like the skit with the black races, right? The blind black races. There's so much.
It was so good.
Philosophy behind that skit, though, that people won't. It was so brilliant. You talking about Dean was talking about breaking down Officer Down. If you broke down that skit, you could bring out all kind of philosophy on that fucking skit. Because there was so much to it. He's such a layered comedian, right? It's nothing simple with Chappelle. And
the next best thing after that came out of the Chappelle show was allowing Charlie Murphy to do actual stories about Rick James.
Yeah.
Oh god damn.
And having Chappelle like portray Rick James.
And what was the crackhead character name?
Yeah.
He's always scratching himself, just going, "Anyone got some crack?"
And that one thing we had that big giant fucking round. We could get high for days.
And what about the fucking skit where they were doing the it's like picking for your sports team, except they're picking for all the races, and it's like, the blacks, they says this, and the blacks, or was it the blacks? No, the Asians picked up Tiger Woods. That's right.
Yeah.
And a bit of it's like the Asians are all really happy they got Tiger Woods.
One more thing.
That was
He
a good one. And Player Haters Ball was really fun.
Oh.
That's great. One thing about Chappelle that he recently,
Yes.
we was talking about the whole Louis C.K. situation and talking about the one woman comedian who said that he destroyed her dreams. He said, well, your dreams must have not been that goddamn big. He's like, what if Martin Luther King would have said, oh, I seen Louis C.K.'s dick. My dream is over.
I always have this outlook on the Louis C.K. situation because it is much different than like the Weinstein
So
thing.
much different than the Me Too.
To me, like Louis C.K., what happened? Yeah, he absolutely shouldn't have fucking done what he did. I'm not excusing it at all.
Could he jerk off? That's all he did.
But he asked these ladies if he could do that, and then they said yes under pressure of.
Oh, fuck off.
I've seen him fat. And I've just been reminded of one of the
you
characters.
agreed to be in a room where this guy says like, "I'm going to pull my dick out."
Yeah.
And like, if there was an instance where he was on the phone with somebody and they didn't know until like he started making weird breathing noises or something, then I understand. Yeah, that's fucking
Like
creepy.
me right now.
And you know what? Let's also point out the elephant in the room. It's not really an elephant. It's just a different point. But that like guys are very direct communicators. Like it's really hard to be submersive with our fucking communication. That I want to fuck you, right? So. Sometimes I think it's just easier to just whip out your dick and see what happens, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do with Anna right now. And I'm checking. But here's the deal. That also is a great, like the difference in people. Because some women like, oh, he crushed my dream. Some of the comedic women were like making jokes about it, thought it was funny as fuck.
If that were me in that situation, even if I was like, I wanted to be like the greatest comedian, the greatest female comedian, and you know, getting to know Louis C.K. possibly could have advanced my career. If this motherfucker, this ginger ass motherfucker, was in a hotel room with me, just hanging out, and was like, "Hey, can I jerk off in front of you?" I'm like, "No, I'm leaving. Bye."
I would have been honored. I'd be like, yes, Louis, jerk that fucking red dick off.
I don't know. I'm a little bit more fucked up. I'm like,
I don't know. Do you have cocaine?
If
fuck.
If the worst thing that has ever fucking happened to you is you saw a fucking dick, you can go fuck yourself.
Yes.
You know, that's about where I'm at.
He's
Like,
sexually assaulted. Like this kind of situation to me, I look at it and go, "You guys, like you need."
He's not Cosby, man. I mean, he asked to jerk off. He didn't. Look, Cosby, that's a sick motherfucker. Cosby twisted. Louis C.K. is just a pervert. There's a difference.
He just likes to choke the chicken with an audience.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at it, the whole Cosby situation, if you look back at like his comedy and stuff like that, and how he was very adamant about like not swearing in his
it's kind of creepy
dirty jokes and stuff like that, I'm like, that was him fucking trying to cover up for bullshit he was doing. He was.
Yeah.
Dude, the barbecue sauce meme, dude. There's that episode where he's talking about I got the best barbecue sauce.
How many beers do you?
A few. Hold on, let me see. I've been putting some over here. I've got two
There's
here.
two right there.
So
we got two here. There's another one under. There's another one under the thing.
Well, you know, we're starting the
OBS
OBS next week, and every time D's on, we're gonna have a beer counter on the
We're
screen.
gonna have a beer counter.
Yeah, we're gonna
only
have
9:27.
we're gonna have a beer counter for D every time he's on the show.
You're gonna have to do like several beers if he's drinking like liquor.
Yeah,
like 4 beers per drink or something like that.
We can have a shot, shot counter.
Have a shot counter next week.
We'll have a measuring cup or something. I don't know.
Oh, by the way, we're gonna have a bid for the pickle.
Oh God!
Ooh.
I'm gonna autograph the pickle, the yodeling pickle, and the highest.
Yodel with it. I want to see you yodel with it.
Well, nobody's tipped.
What the fuck, dude?
I'll give him
this pickle right here.
I'll give him a free yodel.
Jesus
Christ.
It makes no fucking sense. I pickle the yodels, but
how much does it take to get the pickle?
Well, it's gonna be kind of like the flag deal was. You remember, I had the tip war for the flag, and the highest person was Finn. We ended up making almost $6,000 on the flag.
Damn it! We need to reinvent the pickle. We need to have a yodeling pickle, but when it yodels, it needs to pee on you as well.
And, that's a sentence you don't hear much. We need to reinvent the pickle.
We're going to reinvent the pickle. It's
No,
going to
you know
yodel,
what?
and while it yodels, it's going to pee on you. It's going to pee your favourite booze. So you sit there with your mouth open while the pickle yodels and it pisses in your mouth your favourite booze. There you go.
I got a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they fry pickles? Why do they
Why
do
not?
that?
I
Well, I mean,
I'm
you
not crazy
can.
about fried pickles.
You can, but why?
You put
It's
some
like
tempura
almost the
batter
same.
on it and you deep fry that shit. It's good.
It's like almost the same though. Like it's mostly pickle. Like when you
Yeah.
fry a pickle, you're not getting like a lot of added experience to the pickle consuming experience. You know,
It gets crunchy.
Yeah.
a little bit,
crunchier.
but it's like I prefer the crunch of the pickle.
Fried
Just a
pickles are
fucking
good
cold-
when you're drunk out of your mind at a fucking dive bar.
Hello, Landon.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hey, Landon.
Hi, Landon.
Hey, buddy.
How are you with the sweet pickles, like the really sweet, like little baby pickles?
You
I don't
talking about
like
the
sweet
bread and
pickles
butter?
really.
You talking about the
I like
bread-
the gherkins better, like the stuff that's more tangy than sweet, but I don't mind them.
I just
dude,
like the little fucking ones, the little tiny
I don't
fucking
like the
pickles are
style.
The
great.
little ones, the sandwich pickles.
dill pickle.
No, I'm talking about they got like length fucking pickle, but it's like
Oh,
really
the little mini
small.
ones with the stem.
You talking about the mini gherkins?
Yeah.
Something like
Those are
maybe
good.
that's what they're called.
I think they might be mini gherkins. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're talking about mini gherkins. You know what I like? Banana peppers. Oh my god.
Oh, me too,
I don't
dude.
think I've ever had those.
Oh my god, but the banana peppers are awesome. I just eat them motherfucking by themselves and just yummy, tummy, goddamn.
You should get banana sauce then, dude. I don't think it's even made with bananas, but I think it's based on that pepper maybe. It's
The
jus
banana pepper.
franz. It's like cuz I will make rice and spam, mix it all together, and I'll put some of that jus franz banana. It's banana ketchup or banana sauce, depending on which one. You
Now, the
get.
moment
But it's
somebody
like-
mentions spam, you know that motherfucker's been broke before.
Dude, spam is good. I don't know why people gotta hate.
And you know,
what
spam in
In
Hawaii.
the right,
Delicacy.
the right context.
Hawaiians fucking love spam.
And you know what? Spam is not fucking cheap. Like, go to the store.
it's
Like, you
not.
buy a fucking can of spam is like almost $5.
It used to be cheaper. They make generic
You
shit
don't want
now, but
treat-
because
no,
it's
you
a
don't want
new
that treat
brand
meat
now.
shit. That treat meat, that's the generic spam and it sucks.
Oh
I
god,
would
it's
tell you, I
gross.
like
So
spam.
bad.
You fry spam, put it on
Yeah.
a good bun, tomato and lettuce, some mayonnaise.
Yeah.
That shit's good as fuck.
Dude, you know what's fucked up? I don't know if you were watching
Spam and eggs for breakfast.
fucking DFF. Goddamn, you got TJ and Scotty. Like, I think Scotty said that he liked spam.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, you don't fucking like spam or like something like that. I don't remember what the fucking
No, it's-
conflict was. But I think like his girlfriend or whatever fucking brought a can of spam over and they just fucking ate it out of the can, dude.
You know what spam stands for?
let's-
Dude.
Let's
Spam-
fucking evaluate how good spam is by eating it right out of the can. No, you
It's
fucking
severed
fry that
part-
shit, dude.
it's
They make
Spam
bacon
means
spam.
severed parts of assorted meat.
It is what it is.
That's what it
Is
means.
what it is. Is what it is, dude. But you fry that shit, it tastes good. You
I'm
don't
gonna
eat
tell
it
you
out of
something
the
else I
can.
like, and y'all gonna say, "Oh, that's nasty." I like potted meat.
I don't think I've had that shit.
It's loud now. It's got a little bit of a smell to it when you open that shit up.
Yeah, it's
But
not
you-
the best smelling
but a
shit in the
good
world, but
potted meat on some crackers. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
it's like a little smear,
a little schmear, a schmear.
little schmear.
Dude, I
Of
like but
course.
spam. It's good.
Of course, I watch DFF. I don't understand, like, is that like a natural conclusion drawn by some kind of experience? I'm
A lot
sorry.
of people watch DFF.
Comment.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with watching DFF or nothing wrong with watching. Dude, I hate
Yeah.
this whole
Dude, I watch it
split
all,
thing.
man.
I hate this whole split. You got to be, if you know, like everybody thinks that me, like they were shocked that I had Paul on last week. Like, I thought you guys were rivals. Why are we rivals?
There's a fucking civil war going on YouTube, don't you know?
Also,
Basically,
friend of
what
mine.
happened was these people wanted to go do their own thing, and Billy and Ben wanted to keep doing Drunken Peasants, so they all went off and did their own thing.
And people
Here's my position. Who gives a fuck? Do you
Yeah.
enjoy the content? Okay, that's it.
well,
That's
here's
it.
the thing.
Like-
people
It's a
people
serious
think
business, guys.
people think that I chose DP because I'm on DP all the time. Well, you gotta understand, me and Ben are friends, right? So that's how that happened. I'm friends with the other guys. No, I've never been on DFF, but they really don't have a lot of guests on DFF.
They don't have guests. DFF has never had a guest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's
No,
not
it's
that's
just not
not the
that kind
thing.
of show,
It's not
no.
that kind of show. So no, but hey, me and Paul are friends. Me and TJ are friends. Hell, me and Scotty are friends. I'm friends with Ben and Billy, but you know, it's just why do you have to fucking choose? It's so stupid.
Like
It's an
it
drama.
I'm a
says,
41-year-old man. Oh, I'm gonna be friends with you, not him though. What the fuck?
you know how stupid this is. You guys have experienced this. I think almost everyone has experienced this at least once in their life, where you get into a fucking relationship with somebody, and they make you decide whether or not you can hang out with certain people.
Well, I'm gonna tell you
And
right
you're
now.
like,
No, I don't like
you
that shit
immature
happen.
fucking bitch. Like, I'm a person of my own volition. I do what the fuck I want. Like,
But I'm not
just
friends
because I'm
with Red.
connected to you doesn't mean I have to, like, fucking exclude other people. Like,
Well,
how
I'm
fucking
excluding
stupid
Red
is
Eye
that?
because he didn't want
It's-
Stevie Nicks in the
it's-
Hall of Fame.
More
So fuck
often
you.
than not, I see it's bitches getting relationships with these dudes, and they're crazy bitches. They get in relationships with these dudes, and all of a sudden, like, oh, you can't talk to your female friends anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
I dated a guy whose best friend was a female. She used to come over and sit on the couch and watch movies with him
Sit on my dick.
without like supervision or anything. And I knew nothing was going on because when they looked at each other and they even thought about that, they thought it was disgusting. So like,
Yeah, it is hard to be friends with chicks though.
for some guys, yeah.
Yeah, because
My best friend's a dude.
I
and
like sticking my dick in them.
most of my friends are dudes, and that doesn't mean I fuck all of them.
I'm friends with Landon, and he's old.
I don't have very many friends.
I don't have any friends. They,
like most of my like a lot of my friends like from my childhood are back home where I came from,
yeah,
and a lot of my military friends, they have either moved back to their home, or they're like still deployed, or like whatever this case may be. I live somewhere else now.
yeah.
So, and I have a lot of friends online too. So the friends that I have actually in my close inner circle where I live is extremely limited. I hang out with maybe like 6 or 7 other fucking people, maybe.
I
It's
did
great.
that shit where you have like all these people and all these friend circles, and you're keeping up with all the drama and shit like that. And I'm just like, you know what, this shit's tiring. I gotta shave some.
It's
of you people
crazy
off.
for me. My friends are like most of my friends that I hang out with the most are actually out of the fucking state that I live in, like D and Ben. I've hung out with Ben more than I do most people, and it's weird. But he lives in Seattle. I live in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Landon. Landon's a good friend of mine. Well, like Landon's my best friend. I love that. I want to suck his old crusty packer.
Yeah, my best friend lives
I have
2
more
miles away.
friends. I have more friends across the nation and the globe than I have in
This
my
kratom.
close network.
This
But
kratom
here's-
is making me high.
Here's the thing.
Allegedly.
Maybe you guys can relate to this though. But when you consider the people that are your closest friends, are they more of the people that are actually physically closely related to you,
No.
or do you have like extremely good friends that are just really far away and you don't
Yeah.
get to see each other very often?
Well,
I
here's
get a little column in, a
Wait,
little
that's
column out.
exactly the way it is with me. Landon, I get to see a few times a year. That's and I consider Landon my best friend. Red Eye, I have never even physically met. I consider him one of my best friends. You are one of my best friends, and we get
Yeah.
to see each other, here and there. So yeah. It's definitely but see, I'm the kind of guy is like I don't really look at y'all as like friends. I look at you as like family because I'm more of the type of guy who goes the family you choose, not the family you were given.
Right.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I love you guys, and you guys know that. Landon knows I love him. Red Eye knows I love him, and I'll tell him, I love you.
Dude, I love the shit
You
out of
have
a
a
lot of
poopy
people,
breath.
man. I'm with you.
Do what, Red?
I said, you have a poopy breath.
I have poopy breath. I do because I sucked it out of D's ass. D is one of my butter buds, man. There's no doubt about that.
I'm a butter bud
I've slept on D's floor
on my penis.
and his penis. D has taken care of me when I was tripping on weed oil.
That I sort of inflicted you with that.
Yeah, you had to take care of me.
That was the
did it to
funniest
me.
shit. You're like, I can't breathe. Man, I can't breathe. Dude, I really can't breathe right now. I'm like, dude, You need to be able to breathe in order to talk.
Did you do dabs or was it pure THC?
It was
oil?
pills. Actually, you know, hold on a second.
Pure THC oil pills, and it was made by his sister. This shit is
collar for like for marijuana. You're going to lose your fucking mind if you take that.
I took 2 of those motherfuckers.
Oh no, that's too much.
I need to ask D something. Did you ever make butt bullets, D?
If you're curious, I literally have a tackle box full of fucking pills. Yeah. All right.
Because he don't take those. He doesn't fuck.
Like, I can tell you right now, like I smoke weed, but I don't smoke like that much. And every time I've ever done dabs, it's knocked me on my ass.
Shit right there. That shit's pure fucking oil right there.
Jesus Christ.
It's unadulterated THC.
I'm coming to your place. That's enough weed to keep me high for about 3 fucking months. I'm set.
This is what happened.
Just take them all at once.
I told D, I said, okay, I'll take 1. He's no, I'll take 2. So I took 2. Didn't do nothing to me.
2 and acid for the first time. People are like, oh, do like 2 dabs.
I felt
like,
nothing.
That.
Look here, I felt nothing. I felt nothing. And then I went to sleep. And when I woke up, my world was changed. Because everything went fucking... And the thing that I remember the most is not the breathing thing. It's the fucking cat. They got me into the living room, and this cat was sitting there staring at me. I'm like, D, what the fuck is this cat doing?
To be fair, that cat is really imposing towards most people.
What the fuck is wrong with this cat? And D's
this cat is an asshole.
Yeah, but D was like, Pimp, it's just a cat. It's just a cat. I don't know, D. This cat keeps fucking staring at me, goddamn it. And I was like fucking tripping. And then I woke up. And then when I finally went back to sleep, when I woke up that morning, I went downstairs, woke D up. I said, fuck you in the butt. I will never do that shit again. You motherfucker. I was cussing him out.
It's like you expect me not to get you fucked up when you get here. Come on, dude.
But me and D now, I tell you, we had some good times. Shit, just going and like having coffee and donuts or whatever shit we did. It was just great. We sat in that fucking car for hours just talking and try to get some blueberry dude to get up off the fucking couch and take a bath, and he wouldn't do it.
That was so ridiculous, dude. That's one of the most. That was one of the most greatest failures. The most greatest.
I got so pissed off at that guy.
Tremendous failure.
We were there for a week. He never bathed.
Oh Jesus.
Delicious.
But I sort of get that if you're like antisocial and you're like socially awkward and you don't want to use someone else's shower.
Yeah, but
that could be weird.
There, but not just that part. That we were there for the visit. You know, D.
I understand. But there were times when I was a kid and I didn't like shitting in porta potties, but my family would go camping. I would hold my shit in for days. For days, I would hold my shit in because I did not want to go to a porta potty, dude.
But it was there. But we was in a new city. We was there to experience things, and he would sleep all day and not do nothing.
Yeah, that's true though. But I'm just saying, I understand. Like maybe there's like a social awkwardness attributed to why he didn't take a shower. Maybe.
He also did something great for us. D had this. He set up this night where I went to a Japanese karaoke bar, and it was very cool. Very cool experience. Had a lot of fun. Landon was there. Ben and Scotty showed up, and it was kind of my honor. It was a great fucking time. I've had some blast, man. When I went to San Jose, Landon gave me one of the best trips anybody could have. Dude, I had a lot of. I toured San Francisco. I did something on my bucket list. I went to Alcatraz. And a lot of people are like, well, that was on your bucket list? I'm like, fuck yeah, it was, because when I was a kid, I watched Escape from Alcatraz, right? And that shit was like one of the things that always stuck with me. And I always had this theory that they got away. But after getting on that ocean and going to Alcatraz, you realize that they did not get away.
I could feel you with the whole Alcatraz.
They might have gotten away, dude.
Oh,
they might have gotten away.
What really got me into like the whole Alcatraz thing was I was dating a guy some years ago when Black Ops 2 came out, because he was a Call of Duty fan. Like he was specifically into like the zombies mode because it had like a really deep like story to it. Mm-hmm. And in one of the extra zombies modes, it was actually in Alcatraz. Yeah. And it was pretty like true to what Alcatraz looked like in most of it. And that's actually what got me into like Alcatraz and like looking into like the history behind it and the, you know, the people who may or may not have gotten away and the famous figures that were there. It's interesting as fuck.
It is way more than just the guys who escaped, though. The Alcatraz stories, man. There's a lot of, like, one of the stories that I remember and I'll always remember, and that is when because you know, you walk around and do the tour, they put these headphones on you and you listen to the stuff. And one of the stories was like on New Year's Eve nights, there'd be a lot of boats out there on the ocean having New Year's Eve parties. Well, the prison would go silent because, you know, sound travels. It travel across the water so they could hear the music.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, that was fun. It's really cool. And then you also hear about how they made the prisoners take warm showers so if they did try to escape, their bodies would go in the shock when they hit that cold water.
Yeah, they couldn't get acclimated to the cold.
That's so fucked up. Like that just makes me think of like we need severe prison reform.
Yeah.
Like that's something that I totally agree with. Like a lot of people have a really hard time like contemplating the idea that like prisoners are able to watch TV or like lay on a bed that isn't gonna fucking break their back. You know, that they'll actually have a blanket or something.
Have, like, tablets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like look, for me, the idea of prison is that it's utilitarian in nature. Our society needs to succeed by not having people creating problems within it. But that does not necessitate the extreme punishment or, you know, just discomfort of people. Like we can still hold on to like humanitarian values. We can care about the well-being of people. Like we don't have to basically shit on people. Like people are like, oh, people get raped in prison. I don't care. It's like, well, don't you have like an ethical stance against rape? Like rape is bad, but not for those people. Well, you have a selective morality. You're not consistent with your morality.
I have a selective stance on rape. I think Anna should rape me.
Whoa.
Well, as far as like the whole prison thing, like prison's supposed to be like, I understand that there are some criminals that could never be reformed, like straight up psychopaths, like serial killing crazy people. Like Charles Manson would have never been reformed. He was a crazy dude. But like people who go in there for like, I don't know, they were a drug dealer or something like that, and they got caught with some guns or something, like they could be potentially reformed to go on and become like
they go in and learn
society.
They go in and learn how to be a criminal, though. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, like,
some cases
the
it gets
problem with
worse.
the system. Like, people are more concerned, and I think this comes from like an emotional response in our society. That's why we desensitize ourselves to it. That's why people don't talk about it, is because they feel like an emotional need to like punish people. We have a very punitive justice system. You know, it is not really something like if you had to watch prison activities on a daily basis, like, you know, there are a lot of people who couldn't watch the things that go down in prisons on a daily basis, right? So it's easier to put it in the back of your mind.
You know what I just realized? Today's the last day I will be using Hangouts.
Ew.
I just realized that. Can we have a moment of silence for Google Hangouts with Pimpmunk?
No, we can't have a moment of silence for Google. We can't do that.
I wasn't asking. I was telling you, motherfucker.
Google is a bitch. Google is a bitch. Google can suck my dick.
I did just realize that because, you know, we don't do Friday shows anymore when I do. But today's actually the last time I'll be using Hangouts because I'm going full on with Discord. I mean, OBS. So.
Alas, poor Google Hangouts, for we knew it well.
Rest in peace, Lord Hangout. You've been sucky to me.
I'm gonna make a bet though.
What's that?
That you will come back to Google Hangouts.
I bet I don't.
I bet you do another Google Hangout after this one.
I ain't gonna do a Hangout.
You're gonna do that shit, dude. I fucking bet you that you're gonna do that shit.
Well, if I come into somebody else's shit, maybe, yeah.
No. There's gonna be some time when you're like, I'll go live on Google Hangouts again.
I doubt it.
One time. Randomly.
Sometime, like late at night, like fuck booting up all this shit.
There's a lot of shit I gotta. There's a lot more shit I gotta get used to on the OBS thing. I mean, I'm just getting used. I gotta, you know, there's a couple things I'm having problem with, like capturing desktop device stuff. I'm having problems with that.
One
It could be a
thing
little
you
tricky.
should definitely know, something that took me a while to figure out with OBS, is that if you do a window capture, there will be a lag in any video or like scrolling that you're doing. It's more effective to do a display capture because it will sync up a lot more with what real time basically.
At least when you're broadcasting, when you're recording through OBS, it's pretty like 1-to-1. But with broadcasting, yeah, there's definitely a lag.
Cool.
I've had times in my recording sessions where I'm like, dude, this is not lined up, and I scrapped projects.
Bird Food just tipped $15. He said, "There you go, G. I actually put you on the double whammy, so you owe me one more. I'm just saying."
Double whammy? There's a double whammy now?
Yeah, there's always been a double whammy. Tommy from the Bronx created it.
Shit ain't right, man. Shit ain't right.
I put everybody in the chat room is on the clock. Everybody.
Twice.
Twice. Double whammy on everybody. So pay up, bitches.
We need like a 1%er to be in here and be on the clock.
Let me tell you something. I live in a very small town, so we don't get a lot of food trucks around here, but we got this new food truck that's moved in. And they do egg rolls. It's all they do. But it's not like your regular egg roll. It's like Philly cheesesteak egg rolls, taco egg rolls, fiesta chicken and shit. God damn, they're good.
Egg rolls. So what's the difference between an egg roll and a taquito at that point?
Well, it's not a taquito.
Well, a taquito's got meat in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, and it's wrapped in a fucking.
But this is called this truck says Chicago
like a tortilla.
style. That's what it says, Chicago style.
Is it tortilla? It's not tortillas.
No, it's an egg roll wrap.
Oh shit!
And it's fucking amazing.
That sounds good.
Oh God, dude, it's so fucking good. I ate it for the first time yesterday, and I swear, and this black girl, right? She's the one that's running the truck, and I flirted my ass off with her because I like black girls. And she was,
D is always asking the hard questions.
So there's a hot black chick that drives a food delivery van that will pull up out front of your house to deliver food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is going to end in tears.
This is going to end in rape. What? I mean, no, no. I'm sorry. Anna, stop.
Wow, Anna, calm down.
I'm sorry.
Calm the fuck down, Anna. What's wrong with you?
Can't help myself.
Those egg rolls just drove her crazy. Jesus.
I know, jeez.
Dude, those egg rolls are
Start talking
amazing.
about egg rolls, start getting
They're so
sleepy.
fucking. I'm gonna go buy some after a while. After this show's over, I'm going to go get some egg rolls. Fucking A, dude.
Fuck a bee. It has more holes.
Yeah, that's just dumb.
No, it's true.
It
may be dumb, but it's at least true.
You're stupid in the head.
I'll be fucking bees all day long.
Nobody else has paid the clock. What's going on? I put y'all asses on the clock. Pay the goddamn clock.
Whoa.
I'm scared.
I'm frightened.
Do I look like I'm kidding? I'm not.
He's not.
I'm scared right now.
If you got ears and you're listening, pay the fucking clock. Oh, I see a meth head in the Grimace costume in the chat room.
What?
Animancer.
Oh.
Yeah.
He looks like a. Actually, though, you ever seen Mr. Robot?
Yeah.
He looks like that dude from Mr. Robot.
Oh.
But he's cool. I love Animancer. He's a cool kid. He's a really good kid. But I want him to die.
Nah, man, he's a bad kid. He's naughty. He's on the naughty list. Because he was trolling me.
And remember, every tip now, if you want to bid on the pickle, we're gonna do the same thing with this pickle as we did with the flag last year. And remember, when you tip, you gotta say it's for the pickle. So if you want to tip $10, say it's for the pickle, and you'll be written down as a bid for the pickle. We're gonna do the same thing that we did with the flag, and I will tell you when it ends later. I don't know exactly when we're gonna end it.
I bet you that somebody has bought that exact same pickle and they have shoved it in their butt.
Oh yeah, I did.
Probably.
I bet you it's happened at this point. They're like, I want a yodeling pickle in my ass. And they're like, this is only one way I can achieve this goal.
This pickle. You said the exact same pickle.
No. Well, not the exact same. Not like that pickle, but a pickle exactly like it.
Well, who do you look like, Burford? I don't fucking know what you look like. How the fuck I know what you look? 8 o'clock.
You look like a bird that is throwing up and like holding its
motherfuckers.
stomach
They need to start paying the
'cause it's
goddamn
got the
clock.
flu.
Should I go preacher clock on them, brothers and sisters? The clock has laid its hands of time upon you. It says you have to pay. You have to pay, motherfucker. Yes. Anyways.
Yeah.
Red Eye said he will shit in your soup if you don't pay the clock.
Yep. I'll poop in your pot plants. I'll shit in your soup.
He'll poop in your soup.
Poop in your soup.
You have poopy soup.
Poop that soup.
Poop that soup.
Oh no!
Soup,
Oh no! No!
Yep. Yeah.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Yes,
do
we
that.
just did. We are fucking going there.
We're
We
doing
don't.
it.
Oh,
We don't do
jeez.
that.
Poop that soup. Poop that soup. That soup.
I've got a question for the
Poop
ladies.
that soup.
I got a question.
Poop that soup.
I need to know. Like, when you really have to pee, does your vagina hurt?
No.
Does it? Do you feel like a fucking pain in
You
your
can't ask
vagina?
questions like that.
Because like
no,
I don't
it's
know.
usually the lower stomach.
So you've got like a lower. Because like I'm telling you
Where
right
the
now,
bladder's at.
I gotta pee and my fucking dick hurts. Like, does you like guys out there? Am I the only guy that's like I gotta really pee?
Guys
like my
have a
dick
harder
hurts.
time like with
That's
the whole
dick
stop
cancer.
and go thing. Like you
Right?
guys can't just stop on a dime.
No,
Where, like women
That's
can.
penis cancer, D. I'm afraid to tell you that sounds exactly like penis cancer mixed with a bit of Ebola.
It does.
it's just like the
Yeah, you might
penis
want-
fire creeps up in my dick,
Yeah,
and I'm
dick
like, God
disease.
damn it, this hurts.
You
got
might want to
dick
see
disease.
something.
You got dick
Yeah,
disease.
that's called the clap, D, and you need to go and see someone.
You need to see you get some penicillin, man.
Your penis is clapping.
Let me be clear. Let me be clear. I would rather my dick hurt than my balls.
Dude, well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. When somebody, I'm going to tell you, I got a weird thing. When somebody pokes me in my belly button, my penis hurts.
That's probably because of the fucking, what is it? How many pounds is that fucking hernia now?
Oh, God. It's like, it's huge. 30,
Yeah.
40 pounds.
Pillsbury Doughboy has the opposite experience. Because when you poke his stomach, I think he gets a little hard. He goes hee.
How
Yeah,
do
that's
you
what the
know that,
woo-woo is
D?
about.
How do you know that, D? That's a bit.
I've seen it on the TV.
You've
It
seen
must
it?
be true. I've seen
you-
it.
I've never seen a Pillsbury dick.
You never seen the Pillsbury Doughboy?
I've seen him.
Pillsbury
I've never
dough
seen his
dick.
penis. I've never seen his dough dick.
It's
Pillsbury
he's got
Doughboy.
an inward penis. You don't
Hey, D,
understand.
D, I guess I'm tell you. Poop.
Yeah.
Poop that soup. Poop that soup. Poop that soup. Poop that, poop that, poop that soup.
If you don't stop.
Oh my
it-
god! Oh my fucking god! I'm
Here, here.
sorry.
Here, I
This
got
fucking dude says guys that can't control their pee flow are most likely undiagnosed diabetic.
What the- Shut the
Oh,
fuck
shit.
What the fuck, dude?
That's all right. Nah, listen, Oswald knows what he's talking about because Oswald was giving us tips on how he's been forewarned of a mustard gas attack that will be conducted by the Ukrainians on Russian territory this weekend sometime. So
Oh man.
yeah, so let's just you best be going down to the diabetic doctor and getting diagnosed, D.
I need to go get fucking checked, dude. Like, seriously, that scares me. What the fuck?
Dude, I'm getting all kinds of Twitch followers now. So once I start Twitch, all I gotta do is 7 videos. I do 7 videos, and I'll be a partner on there or whatever.
So you're gonna be a Twitch bitch.
I'm gonna be a Twitcher bitcher.
I have
Twitch bitch.
partnerships.
Son of a Twitch!
Oh
Hey,
god.
Poop, poop that soup. Poop.
All
that-
I do on Twitch is I play video games, and then at night, like late at night, sometimes when I'm drunk, I'll start just watching the weirdest YouTube videos I can find and subjecting Twitch to it. It's great.
Soupy. Poop that soup real good. Poopy.
Well, I'm gonna have to start getting back onto Twitch and playing some 7 Days to Die and get the Church of the Donk going again.
Why
Good
isn't
fun.
anybody playing the clock? I've put people on the clock and nobody playing the clock, and it's making me upset.
Don't make
Well,
Pimp upset.
These are tough. These are tough times, man.
Shut up,
These are tough
D.
times. It's tough being out here in this world trying to make some dough.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah. That honestly, I really do like that song. What's that fucking movie, dude? It's hard out here for a pimp.
That's a damn good
Trying to
movie.
get the money for the
That
rent.
movie was based in Memphis, and they did a real good job about the city. And the movie really captures the city real well. What is the name of that? Something American or something like that. American Pimp.
It's like, oh, the Cadillac.
Hustle and Flow. Hustle and Flow.
Yeah,
Hustle and Flow.
that's a great fucking movie, dude. I love that movie.
Amazing movie, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I haven't thought about that movie in a while. Now I want to watch it.
Oh, it's good. Like, it's definitely good for a rewatch.
Oh,
If you haven't seen it in a while.
Damn.
The music is really good. Like, I
Oh,
really
yeah.
did like that.
Oh,
That
the
was a
music's
great
well
hook.
done. Yeah, it's well done. Yeah, it's a good movie. It really is. Yeah, that's a great movie. I recommend it if you haven't watched it. Definitely. Hustle and Flow. Watch it, Red Eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you'll enjoy it.
What's fucked up was you remember that song before you remember the name of the movie.
That's true.
But it's a movie we both liked a lot.
Yeah,
That
it's a
fucking
really-
song is so catchy that's the thing you think
it's
about
a catchy
first.
song. Yeah, it's about it's a real Memphis pimp. What it's based on, and he's trying to like get into the rap deal. And it's a good
Dude,
show.
he's got fucking pimps and hoes and shit, dude.
Yeah.
He fucking girl like sucked someone's dick for a microphone or some shit in that movie. What was it? Like there was a scene that was literally like, you're gonna go suck some dick for some microphone action because we need like a high quality mic to record these fucking vocals in our band. I need to rewatch the movie. I'm probably getting shit wrong, but there was something like that in there.
Well, it's actually technically timed in, but we're gonna go a few minutes over. So if you got questions,
all right, I'm gonna pee then. God damn it.
Well, we go a little bit over, not too much, but if you got
Like
questions,
I'm saying my dick hurts. I gotta go pee.
shut up and let me say what I gotta say.
What the fuck?
If you got questions, please ask now. Also, seriously, tip because I need the money.
Yeah,
I will suck your dick.
I think OSHA's got some fucking making him.
Is that me or
Probably.
is he really robotic?
He went robotic.
Okay.
I thought that was me.
I did. I've been having like intermittent spats of fucking bad connectivity.
That's the chronic penis pain interfering with his internet connection.
It really is. Maybe if I pee, it'll improve. I'll be back.
Oh, by the way, in the Streamlabs, yes. Hello, Raisin Girl. She actually put the right. There's a new link for Streamlabs, a new Streamlab I created for this channel because apparently they're not giving me my streaming rights back on my main channel.
What?
I don't. It says my going live has been revoked.
Jesus.
For fuck's sake, YouTube. Oh, well. It's like, bye, YouTube. Fuck you. Thanks. Fuck you very much, YouTube.
Yeah, so that link on Streamlabs there is the one you use now. Yeah, starting like I said earlier, this is the last day we do the regular doing the hangouts. We're going OBS from now on, so you will be able to see your link across the screen and shit like that. I mean your messages, but right now you need to. Have you seen Brett's latest video? He thinks Ben is scamming. Yeah, I know. I know.
I got this. Also, can I make the official statement on behalf of the channel? It's like,
Yeah.
Brett's entitled to his opinion, but how do I put this? Here at the Morning Wood, our care factor is running at a solid 0. Drama is not our thing. We just couldn't give a fucking shit. Good luck to him.
Yeah,
Bon
and
voyage.
Brett's,
Hasta la vista.
I like Brett, but Brett is trying to create a rift there.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. And
This is the attempt 51 at becoming relevant. And it's like we've seen this before. The pattern is comes back, tries to start shit with people, or interjects himself in the middle of some shit, and so
just let it happen. I mean, look, I don't have no personal issues with Brett at all, and we're Brett coming here, we'll talk stuff like that. That's cool. But nah, I mean, like Brett, I said, we're trying to stay away from drama. So
I'm all about the drama, man. Bring me the drama. I don't give a shit about the drama.
But what I'll need you to do is tip, because Anna said she would give me a hand job if you guys tip a lot.
Wow.
How does that benefit them if you get a hand job?
Oh, it benefits them.
No, I think there's some kind of like profound realization of the struggles of mankind, you know, that you sort of like embrace that and you feel like, I know I paid for Pimpmunk satisfaction.
Yes.
You know, you get that feeling, it washes over you every time you tip. Every time.
Yes, it's like Jesus. I just seen a picture of Jesus, and that's why I said that. I have no fucking idea. On Twitter, somebody posted a picture of Jesus.
D, how is Clarky doing? Clarky is doing great, man. I gotta tell you, this fucking guy. Like, I met Clarky way back, dude. It's like a long time now. We've known each other for years. I fucking met Clarky through secular TV, just like I met Pimp. But I actually ended up becoming a roommate with Clarky Clark because we met on secular TV, and we actually ended up working in like the same area of the same company at the same time. And he's doing good, man. He's doing really good. We've been doing a lot of Dungeons and Dragons shit. A lot of it. He is blossoming as a dungeon master in Dungeons and Dragons every Saturday.
I'm about to start playing that shit.
Oh my god, dude. It's the best. It's the fucking best. It's tremendous, believe me.
I'm actually gonna do it for one reason. Because my plan is to conquer Raising Girl's vagina.
Dude. I bet Raisin Girl would be a great DM. She would know how to. She'll run that shit.
It's only in the year 2018 where somebody can get laid with Dungeons and Dragons.
I know, dude. Back in my day, my younger day, I used to beat up people who played Dungeons.
Dude, but geek culture is coming back. Like, I swear to God, all the fucking people that bullied me when I was a little kid, you know, they were like all the jocks and shit, and like sports is becoming wildly unpopular.
And that's fucking stupid.
You know, and
I'm about to fuck you.
You got all this, like, you got to stand for the flag and all this shit. All the people playing video games are like, we're cool, dude. No big deal.
It's got nothing to do with real sports. Fuck all your goddamn little pussy ass bitches. Yeah, you got the power now, but we'll get it back.
You're never coming back, dude.
I'm coming.
I still get shit for being an anime fan. So.
I will beat everybody up.
Dude, sports is gonna have to get a lot more. I don't know. Time. I don't think. Sports.
Stop! You're having issues. You froze.
Yeah,
for me.
you roboted out. Then we missed about 5 seconds.
Oh my god! Why? Here, I'll turn my camera off. Does that improve it?
Let's find out.
I can change my bandwidth.
You're coming through clear now.
Look, I have nothing wrong. I have no problem with Geek Nation and all that shit. That's fine. You motherfuckers are cool with me. However, I also think it's fucking horrible that everybody looks down on fucking testosterone.
It's switched, dude. It's like, oh, you're just a meathead fuck. Like,
yeah,
you
fuck
just
all
like
that.
Sports.
I'm a man, goddammit. I'm just.
I know plenty of very, very nerdy people who still enjoy football and shit. Like,
I am full of testosterone. I like sports. I like porn. I like to watch fights, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Here's my problem with certain sports that are conducted, and cheerleading's high on this list, and it's because go and have a look at the fucking horrific injuries and the amount of injuries sustained in America alone just by cheerleaders. And I mean, broken fucking necks, broken ribs, broken legs, broken fucking arms. This is just the cheerleaders. Now, let's get onto the football field. It's just starting to come out about what happens long-term with concussions and shit. Now,
CTE.
I think they need to have a look at some sports and maybe reevaluate, is it worth the long-term health of these people to entertain?
No, I say fuck that. Let them play, dude. Yeah. I say we bring back the fucking Coliseum, dude. I want to see some dudes get fucking murdered.
With CTE and stuff like that. That's why even in, like, because I still watch, pro wrestling, WWE stuff, like, they're not allowed to hit people in the head with chairs anymore.
No, that's why it sucks these days. Look, I agree.
Well, because you had one wrestler that could have potentially had CTE. They think he really did. That went crazy and killed his family and killed himself. So,
well,
it kind of has to.
That's Chris Benoit. You're talking about Chris Benoit. That's who she's referring to.
Who was a brilliant, excellent wrestler, one of the fucking greatest.
He was an artist. He was a true artist when it comes to the sport.
And he got hit in the head too many fucking times. And when your finishing move is a flying headbutt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's rough. Yeah.
But Roy's also had a play in that too. So.
Oh, of course, of course. Yeah, that was after the steroid scandal.
Yeah. It's just that the amount of injuries sustained in certain sports. I'd evaluate whether we should be letting young kids play the full version of, say, like fucking football.
I don't know about 10-year-olds doing full tackle.
Dude, y'all need to shut up.
Well, shut up. If you look at the fucking amount of injuries, and there's in Australia, there's been deaths on the rugby league.
Yeah, I get you. And I understand. I do. I agree. But you know how I am about football. That's something near and dear to my heart right there. Football's near. And it's, I don't know, dude. I feel you, but I'm against you right now at the same time.
Well, I don't mind there being something like you've got something like MMA and fighting, like people actually fighting each other, and people get really fucked up doing that. And, you know, that's kind of what you sign up for when you go into that kind of profession. But
Liberty, dude. What about Liberty?
I played ball. I played high school ball and stuff. Hardcore. I mean, we were champions and all that. Hardcore. I never got a concussion in football. I got a knee injury, but now after football is when I got, and I've had like 25 concussions, and that was because of fighting.
I've had a couple.
I've had like 25, and yes, I am fucked up. I know that, and so what I'm saying is I kind of agree with you guys because I wake up in cold sweats at night sometimes. I have really horrible equilibrium because of it. I mean, my balance and shit is completely fucking off. I have these massive migraine headaches. So I understand what you're saying. I do. But at the same time, I love the sport of football so much.
Yeah, I'll get you.
Yeah,
I'm on your side. I'm on your side, dude. I think that if you want to subject yourself to that kind of abuse because that's something that you believe in and you think will be profitable for you, go ahead. Like my only thing is don't exploit these people. If you're going to put them into a situation where this is the kind of shit that they're going to be up against, then you're going to have to take care of them 100%. 100%.
And start paying collegiate players. And start paying collegiate players.
Yeah,
he's
like if you're a fucking NFL player that like broke your neck on the fucking field or whatever. I swear to God, if the NFL ever dropped someone like that, fuck you. You're the one that put them into that environment. You took on the inherent risk of like.
What are you saying, man?
Here's the thing. Bird Flu mentioned bare knuckle boxing. Now, if I've got these stats wrong, someone in chat will correct me. I'm pretty sure no one died in a boxing ring when there was bare knuckle boxing, and you know what? Because no one ever got punched in the fucking head. Yeah. Because punching people in the head, their skulls were really hard, and it would and they used to punch in the stomach
and
the
punch anybody in the skull. It hurts you a lot.
Yeah, well, that's it. It breaks your fucking knuckles. So they used to try and knock the wind out of each other and give each other fucking dead arms, and that was what bare knuckle boxing was about. And I'm pretty sure no one ever died in the ring. Yeah. And I've hit plenty of people in the head, and I've broken my hand every single fight that I've fucking been in. Yeah. No matter what. Because
thing with the whole football thing and like full contact sports is like if adults want to do that, if adults want to put themselves into that position, they're consenting adults and they can do whatever they want with their bodies.
Yeah. It's when it comes to like how far do you take it though?
Yeah,
to me, it's when it comes to little children, like when you like the parents that just sign their kids up for Little League. And
well, the big problem is the authorities in a certain sport were covering up the fact that the head injuries were having a very bad effect on football players until one of the wives basically stood up and fucking blew the whistle on the fuckers in the middle of a.
Yeah, the cover up was kind of the issue.
That's the problem that I have. You can't you got to let players know. Listen, here's the long-term health risks. You could end up basically a psychotic vegetable that tries to kill kills your family because of the massive psychological changes that will take place due to all the massive head injuries that you will sustain during a career in the NFL. Yeah. Now, the way you could placate me is you change the game style. So, like in Australia, for instance, if you do back in the day, head high tackles were okay, spear tackles were okay. If you spear tackle now, you could potentially end your career in football. You will get sent off and you might never get set back on the field again. And there's several things. And the other thing they need to get rid of is in Australia, for instance, if you walk up to a player on the field and you fucking go out of play and you knock him the fuck out, you don't get charged with assault. Whereas if I walked down the street and I did that same act to a person standing there, I'd be straight into court. And there was a case recently where a guy got knocked out in back of play, broke his jaw and knocked out teeth. The guy was never charged and he got a spank on the wrist from the AFL. And I think the police need to walk straight onto the sports field and grab anyone that does that, and to make an example of them to kids, saying violence is bad, even on the sports field, because there's a two-tier justice system in our country anyway about sports stars literally get away with assault on primetime TV and not a goddamn thing happens to them. The police stand there with their hands crossed and go, that was a good hit.
I think in the US, like, the only time you can get away with fighting on a field somewhere is fighting on the ice. And that's to a point.
Hockey's
Like, they let
brutal.
you go to a point, and then somebody has to go sit in the penalty box.
Well, see, that's my question: is to what point do you advocate for these sports that it includes certain kinds of injuries or possibly death to another person? Like, it's like, what conditions do you have before you accept that premise, right? That we're going to accept that in our society. And my condition is that there has to be informed consent. You have to know what you're getting yourself into and what the actual risks are. And then I think there has to be an amenable deal that you get into with a person who's willing to participate in that kind of activity. You can't just make a deal with somebody they're going to get into a cage match where it's a death match. Like, you could die in this round and there's no protections for yourself or your family in the case that something like that actually happens. As long as there's some kind of like contractual deal where people who have informed consent can say that, yes, I'm willing to put myself in this situation because I can agree to this deal that's not like a fucking horrible deal. It has to be a really good deal.
Yeah.
Now let's look at what happened to the Dallas Cowboys back in, I think it's the 72 team. They were told by their team doctor, hey guys, take this, we're going to win. Now, what were they giving the players at the time that wasn't really known the long-term damage? It was anabolic steroids. And right now, I remember seeing the special, I think it was the old quarterback. He's this big, massive, tall dude, but he's as thin as a fucking sheet of paper. And he's sitting in this chair and he says, I've got to take it real easy these days. I can't get startled. He said, because the walls of my heart are so thin now that if I have a start, one of my ventricles might explode and I die in about a minute and a half after I drown in my own fucking blood. And that's due to the steroids that the team doctors fucking told them to take. So informed consent is definitely would get me across the line. You tell the players what they're potentially facing. Like, you know what I think about the Olympics? Have a fucking X Games where they're allowed to take as steroids as just say, all right, you want to set the world record? Knock yourselves out, but sign this waiver saying, I'm going to take some substances that will probably kill me, but I may also set a world record. Sign dotted line here, and then they go out in the track, and if they get around before their head explodes, good on them.
Yeah, like you were saying.
Let me take it to the next level, though. I'm sorry to cut you off there, but like, take it to the next level. Like, what if it's like a Coliseum death match? Yeah. Right. Like, if it's that level of extremity, like how far are you willing to take?
Gladiator matches.
Like, because you're going with informed consent. They know what they're getting themselves into. There's some kind of deal and protections put in place for like whatever circumstances, this death match might involve, or like maybe before a death match. Maybe you're not for death matches. You're like just before death.
Running man scenario. You can sell me on a running man scenario, but not direct death matches. That's a bit too Romanesque for me. And it's like, no, we've come forward. We've got to go to the future, and the future says Arnold Schwarzenegger and the fucking Running Man. So have those sorts of competitions where the last dude alive gets freedom, the rest of them die horrible deaths for our entertainment.
Well, yeah, but what if I'm the person that's like, I want to do a death match because I think that there's like valor and glory, and that appeals to me and my worldview. I want to be a death match competitor, and there are people that were like, they want to watch death matches maybe because they hold to the values of like,
we buy you a very nice
extreme sportsmanship, and maybe they're a little bit sadistic. I don't know.
I'm going to get you a really good VR setup.
Countries you could probably still do that.
Here's how I'd counter that. We've got technology now. Give it another 10 years, I reckon VR is going to be that impressive that you can basically yeah, you just simulate it in VR. And if you're really worried about painting on and you want to get your Klingon on, we can hook up some paint stuff so you get shocked and whatever.
So you're going with like simulate the Coliseum,
Yeah,
don't
we'll
actually
simulate
do
that.
the Coliseum.
Yeah.
Get little,
Oh,
get
but
little zaps.
We'll give you death. We'll zap you to death, mate. If you lose the fucking match, you die still. We'll just do it in modern way.
We're gonna go
awesome.
ahead and end this now.
Okay.
It's because we're talking about killing people, right?
Yeah, no, it's just that I'm hungry.
For the cock.
The food van's coming. That lovely lady with the egg rolls is coming, isn't she, boss?
My personal color with egg rolls. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tipping. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for liking. Thanks for sucking my dick. And we'll see you guys later.
These guy.
I
He
am.
is gay, but
Totally.
but thank you guys for joining me also.
It's all
No
good.